Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dorkvision stream. You can watch this stream every Sunday from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can watch our Rhyme of the Frost Maiden stream on Wednesdays from 7 to 10. You can find my books on Drive Thru RPG and the DM's Guild, and support me on Patreon/NobleCrumpet. And with all that out of the way, it's time to get into some warfare. Because today we're going to be doing some of MCDM's Kingdom and Warfare stuff, which pairs nicely with the organization stuff. But for more on that, let's figure out what happened last week.
It's as if it came from the same book or something.
It's as if it came from the same book or something. My only complaint is that the first book tried to do warfare, but it was like a beta test of it, not a actual thing. And then the next book, Kingdoms and Warfare, was like, actually, forget all the stuff in the other book. This is how you do it.
Weird how one is called Strongholds and Followers.
Listen, I understand that. I'm saying that
The
they
second one
have
has
rules.
Warfare in the title.
They have rules for warfare in it, is what I'm saying, if you've seen it.
yes, and like
they're-
MCDM and using their public as a guinea pig, we are your guinea pig to test
Yeah,
this out.
sure. Anywho, as I was saying, what we did last week, you guys were at the gala with a Taurus. After some mild chatter with like one or two people and trying to eavesdrop on his meeting with the dragonflies that you had identified, the members of his inner circle, after failing that perspective thing, you guys met specifically with a Taurus in his penthouse suite, his absolutely gorgeous mansion of a tower, and you met with Juliana as well, because she was there to prove that she's alive and safe, and she has some sort of spell on her that makes it so that it's disadvantageous to potentially try to do anything about it. You're not sure what it is, you just know that there is something cast on her.
Magical shackles.
Yeah, Magishacks.
Geese.
Geese?
Geos.
Oh,
Chaos.
I kind of like
Geese?
geese now.
geese.
Geos.
Yeah, one of them geese spells.
Which is actually, I think, pronounced like
Gish?
gish or geese.
Geis. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Geis or Gish. I've heard both.
I
Yeah.
believe it's code Chaos.
Okay.
Okay, keep saying that.
I can leave.
I mean, the one of the legendary spear is Gay Bulge, so just saying.
Oh no.
So, Aetoris had detailed with you guys what he knew about the cult and gave you your puzzle box.
Crash made
A
him
bunch
feel
of lore
uncomfortable with
was...
the bangle.
That's true, too. A lot of stuff. You swiped something from his nightstand or mirror, and, geez, so much happened last time. Just go watch last session for all the stupid lore dump.
And then we had a sacrificial goat.
And then,
Oh my
and then you guys decided to sacrifice a goat that you probably didn't have to, but it was in so much pain that you put it out of its misery.
You described it not throwing its tongue back, and we're going to drown in self-blood anyway.
Yeah.
Rations.
You cut out its tongue and put
Christ.
the tongue that was in the puzzle box inside of its mouth, and it recited a devil's contract that seemed to detail something relating to Mao's mother, Mao's father, stuff like that. So now it's a little nebulous as to what exactly is going on, but
I think the more important part, Mephistopheles.
the more important part is that seemingly Mao's mom pledged her child to be the vessel of Mephistopheles. So, yeah, spoilers if you haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
no,
Go on.
I also just wanted to double check something. So, if two tieflings have, a relationship, do they have another tiefling, or did you clarify that tieflings only happen when people do devil rights or demon rights?
Both.
I mean,
Chris
the
hasn't
second
talked
one,
it through.
the second one definitely happens.
Yes.
I
What I'm saying
suppose
is-
I suppose a tiefling bloodline would always be tainted in some way, but maybe it gets less tainted as it goes on.
Okay. I guess what I'm wondering is, does that mean every tiefling we'd meet would have parents that fucked around, or would it just be like...
Right, or is it like a recessive gene?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can have tiefling kids.
Okay.
It's just they have less pronounced devil features.
All right. Or demon features. Are tieflings
Sure.
both? Or just...
Outer planar features.
I think canonically to D&D lore, they're just devils, but like, who cares?
No.
I mean, they used to just be everything outer planar. Celestials, before they made Celestials, were also tieflings if you were touched by a Celestial bloodline.
Well, Asimars.
Well, sorry, Asimars, yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole
There was a whole
thingy.
thing.
I don't know why, but my blood boils around your presence.
So, after you guys did your ritual sacrifice, you were contacted by Herschel Talabast, who had cast a sending spell, and he told you that a battle had taken place while you guys were at your party. So, that's what we're doing today. So,
How are we
Rev up
getting
that
there?
time
Are we
machine.
still, are we still hanging out in Alori? Are we just gonna ignore
the
this,
battle
or are we
has
gonna
the
play?
battle has already happened. We're going to play it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is where they do the the little camera pan across a battlefield. It was like 2 days earlier.
The page in Roll20 is literally called "Meanwhile." ...
Perfect.
So it's an abstract grid, as you may have noticed. Also, I can let you know exactly who is attacking you. It's a group of hordlings and minor undead creatures, as well as a small contingent of hobgoblin archers that are protecting a siege weapon that is attacking Galestone.
The motherfucking panther.
The jaguar. They have
You were calling it
Black Panther. No, it's the jaguar.
So, okay, Dan, I thought you were doing that on purpose. You just couldn't remember the. Like you just got sort of like that lion, that lynx.
I'm just gonna continue it at this point. I'm gonna call it a lion and then something else next time.
That cloud leopard. What?
It's no panther.
The Egyptian
Puma.
Mao.
You should team up with a witch, and we should get him a wardrobe.
So they're led by 2 officers, basically lieutenants in their army. You guys have 3 possible lieutenants in Herschel, Yamdal, and Pot of Bees. Grovel was made to be the new Castellan, but he hasn't arrived back at Galestone yet, because he was told only yesterday while he was almost at the mountains of Dungale. So,
That's a hike.
yeah, it's a bit of a hike. He's been doing stuff while you guys have been doing stuff.
Well, we knew mountains. We didn't know Dungale.
So, if you guys aren't there already, I would probably open the page that I have for warfare and units in the spreadsheet, because
Okay.
that
Chris, because of the fact that I got a new computer, I lost the spreadsheet.
it's pinned in the Discord.
Okay,
I think if you do the,
Yes, it is. I just opened it.
it's in the notes.
I actually
Yeah.
just
You have to scroll up a little bit.
pin
Yeah.
messages. I did hashtags.
Yeah,
Yep.
no pin message is in the, it's under
Okay,
notes.
I
It's
got
in
it.
Contact. Yeah.
I got it. Thank you.
Oh.
Exactly. So, actually, I might be able to. No, that's gonna look weird if I drag that into that. I think I might be able to do it though if I.
You know what this reminds me of? Of Gwent.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Kind of. It is very Gwent-like.
I'm very bad at Gwent, so
I am
please-
very good at Gwent.
Good. Please
or
take
at
over.
least in The Witcher. But then again, I also max the fuck out of my deck.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you want to play Gwent? Sure. I'm gonna murder you with all my cards.
So
Oh my
I actually did have it, so it's visible on Roll20 now. It's a little weird, but it at least shows where the stuff is. To the left of that black line is all like your units and abilities and stuff. To the right is pretty much all the rules in a convenient place. It looks like a lot, but that's because it covers just about everything. So you guys already have an army. You don't need to like build an army or muster units or do intrigue or anything. Right now, we have to do deployment. So basically, we roll initiative. And I'll just have you guys straight up roll initiative, but I want each of you guys to choose who you want to control in this event. Herschel's units, Yamdal's, or Pot of Bees. There's alternatively the Keymot Outriders, who have arrived to help from Keymot Town. which has already fallen.
I don't want to control potted bees because I'll probably get him killed, and I'll probably never hear the end of it.
Well, the only person that will be on the battlefield is Yamdal. The rest are not going to be in with their contingents. They're going to be like off the battle.
They're buffs.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. Who wants pot of bees?
I think that's like the one thing that you guys fight over first.
I'll be pot of bees, I guess.
That's fine.
I won't fight over pot of bees. I'll do the Keymon Outrider since they're a thing as well.
Okay. See, do you want Yamdal or do you want Herschel?
I'll do Yamdal because actually no, Herschel's pathetic. So
Herschel's adorable. He can't help it.
I'm actually surprised. I would have figured you'd go with Yamdal. I thought that
exactly normally, but like no, Herschel needs some brownie points. He needs to buck the fuck up. So
okay,
I gotta take over for Herschel.
All right, I'll take Yamdal then. You're gonna turn Herschel into a man this one.
Okay.
He's gonna wait into the middle of the battlefield, and he's going to do well.
I'm gonna put you guys underneath who you're controlling, I guess. Yeah, Mal can just be off to the side, which thankfully that is how cavalry work. But we'll get to that. Cavalry are interesting and a little OP, unless I have read them wrong. So,
and that's cavalry for you.
Now let's roll for initiative. So I'm gonna roll for these bad guys. Oh wait, hold on. I need to. No, you're right. I need to do the
tracker.
The tracker.
Yeah.
Here, play with some dice. No, actually, don't touch them.
Stop that.
Okay, combat tracker, stop combat, start combat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so when we start out, we actually deploy in ascending order, so that the person who goes last gets to deploy first, because they're less prepared, and the other people get to respond to them. So, Boom Crash.
Of course.
You may have noticed that Pot of Bees does not have any units associated with them because I've been using the little icons in the top corner. They do actually have a unit, and Pot of Bees was able to summon it in the heat of the moment when it basically came to threaten his garden. And he has summoned the Grove Guardians of Edelon Groves.
Oh.
So, you can place these awakened tree units. They are a heavy unit, and also if you click on these tokens, they do have some special macros called attack, power, morale, command, stats, and traits. So stats will tell you like their defensive stats, and traits will tell you their traits. But this doesn't seem to be working.
It's the macros at the top. Yeah, I just clicked on like the Outriders.
Oh, got it. Okay, I'm looking at the right place now. So hold on.
Yeah, no worries. I was jumping back and forth. I'm like, are we looking at the Excel sheet? Are we looking at the tokens? What the
Attack
fuck?
test. Yeah, I'm testing morale. What do each of these things do? Hold on. Traits.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm trying to figure out why their traits isn't populating. But you can also click on it by going to their sheet by shift double click.
Okay, so
yeah, I don't have time to figure out what they are, but the Grove Guardians have 3 traits. One is called Stupid, one is called Eternal, and one is Barkskin, which is kind of the 3 genders, am I right? Stupid, Eternal, Barkskin.
Wow. I love this so much. Okay.
Yeah, they have some unique stuff. So you can place them anywhere. The only rules about deploying is that, well, in this particular instance, let me get rid of the thing for a second. Doop. Okay. In this particular, you can't place it in the black because our battlefield is unique in that Galestone is on a cliff face, like up a hill. So you're seeing like they need to go uphill into that little area to actually get to you. So it is unusual in that respect. So you can't place anything in the rear or on the sides, and they cannot attack you on the sides or anything.
That is pretty nice. Defensive fortress.
It is. You guys do have an advantage in this situation.
Good. We're probably going to need one.
First fight.
You you also can only deploy in your side of the battlefield, the vanguard, the reserve, or the center in your case. And artillery units can only be deployed in the center rank.
Leftovers, bark skin.
Huh.
Okay, so this is a heavy unit.
Yep. They just hit hard, but they're unreliable.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
How many?
What is this? Is there a particular significance on the board of this?
It's just an
center?
empty space, so people can move there. These places are like Galestone was kind of like 2 towers, so I just put 2 towers next to each other instead of like the castle unit.
Okay, so vanguard is like the infantry front guard.
Yeah,
area.
it's like the front.
How does one win this conflict? What is the objective?
The objective is to either completely destroy the enemy or get them to retreat, which units pretty much will be broken and start a retreat if they have half as many points worth of creatures on the battlefield. You can see that each unit has like I use the icons in the top right. So those icons either show what the unit is, so it's a sword if it's melee, it's a arrow if it's artillery like the Darkbow Company, and it's a horseshoe if they're cavalry. But there's a number next to that, and that is their tier. So you add that up, and right now you guys are evenly matched, unit for unit. So if you can get rid of more than half their units, then they will retreat.
Okay. Grove Guardians, because of the whole stupid trait, it seems like it'll be a good idea to not put them in a place where there are too many allies nearby so they don't accidentally hit friendly fire.
Sure.
Put them on the left side, closer to if they ever make it across to that thing.
I'm also wondering, can you guys control those dice?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. I can control them for now until I figure out how to do that.
That's what you mean.
Yeah, because that way they can just kind of beeline for there.
I wonder... there should be ones that you can control. Can you control...
Nope.
Okay.
Me? No.
Then go to Tools and drop down Dice, and then drag one yourself, because it's probably like a torch thing, how you can only do one that you dropped.
Tools. Personalization is display?
Yeah, it's not dropping down.
Tools and
I got it.
Yeah,
It's
dice
weird.
have it there.
Where is it?
It's,
Second tab on the top.
Got it. Okay, got it. Dice.
so Chris, you gonna delete all the other ones then?
Yeah. I know what they all have. It's D6s. Okay, that's the one you can control. And then D4s for the militia. Those, by the way, are your health, essentially.
Okay.
They're your casualty die, and you decrement it whenever you take damage.
Okay, so...
Could have made it a changeable token, could have cycled down.
You can. If you click on it. Oh, why isn't it saying multi-sided?
Okay. Mine does.
Yours does? Oh, maybe it's because... It's probably because it needs to be the person who placed it. Yeah, it is. You can technically also roll it randomly if you want to be really janky about roll 20 rolls.
Nope. No, they can.
How do you change the tab?
Right click on it and then go to multi-sided and then choose a side.
Oh,
okay.
I like it. Okay, that's so much better than giving the fucking thing a health bar.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay.
I just thought it
my
was
little
a
die.
neat thing to keep, and it would also get out of the way because the health bar would be overlapping stuff.
This is so neat.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because it's like the other way of doing it is just a lot of hit points, and they're just kind of units that are just D&D stat blocks. These ones are, in the book, they're shown as cards, which is an interesting way of doing it.
Gwen.
Just like Gwent.
Just like Gwen. All right, it is Yenora the Black's turn. She's going to deploy one of her units, and she's going to deploy one of her leftovers units. She's going to put it right down there in front of your Grove Guardians.
Good. Because
Right.
I think they have advantage against undead or something like that.
Yeah, they do have advantage against morale checks because undead are harrowing creatures. Okay, Amon's Galestone Militia, you can place one of those and also put a d4 on them when you have the chance.
Okay. These are scary. Oh, I can't. Okay, there it is. You know what? Down in the center. Let's see, a d6 or d4, right?
Yep. Your militia are levied creatures. They technically fall apart after every battle, so you have to like muster them again with an ops test, an operations test during intrigue stuff. The other thing
you have to give them a field test to make sure they can go back into the field.
Yeah. The other thing is that the reserve rank, that's what they're called, ranks, the rows, that also needs something in there at some point, because if there ever isn't, then that collapses, and then basically it's easier to get to the fortress. You kind of just delete the row if there's nobody in it. Just really... Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
You can still have your other militia do that, but it's also a pretty good idea to do that as well.
Yeah. I just don't want the Herschel to be the unit where it's like his unit got wiped out. No one likes Herschel.
Exactly. Okay, it is Gritok's turn. Gritok is going to put his rock hurlers right over here. His siege unit.
I don't like that.
All right, Zumasu, it is your turn. The Darkbow Company can place theirs. It has to be placed in the center rank, and honestly, there's two good places for it.
Wait, so when you say center rank, it has to be on the vanguard side, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be on the center.
It has to be on your side, but it has to be in that row.
So it has to be over here, right? You said vanguard?
No, that's the vanguard. The center.
Oh, center.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
They go across.
Then he'll just be here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
why
shooting is good.
Shooting is good.
Since we've put something in there, the benefit to a fortification, if you're on the spreadsheet, and I'll put that up for a sec. If you're on the spreadsheet, if you hover over fortifications, the title of it, it'll say that they grant +2 to defense, and since it's a keep, it also grants artillery +2 to attacks.
That's cool.
So just keep that in mind, that you have +2 to defense and +2 to attacks. I would note that somewhere. These are guard towers. I highlighted it as well. They give you +1 morale while you're in a tower, and it has 6 hit points. So your towers can be destroyed.
Okay. You said +2 to attack and +2 to defense?
Yep.
Okay.
And it says it in the comment as well. There's also like a space on, fortifications in the purple box, additional rules. It just says fortifications in one of those. So that'll give you the rundown on all those. Okay, let's place... So, Mao, you don't deploy your unit. Cavalry are perpetually on the outside. They can be anywhere they goddamn well please.
What?
Basically, you can attack any unit that is considered exposed. An exposed unit, so it says it in the conditions tab, that's where I ended up putting it. The conditions block, which is right to the right of your martial advantages.
Well, they also have to place first before me, don't they?
Well, it's going to go around, but you don't place anything. The cavalry are just everywhere.
Okay.
You just... They can only attack units that are exposed or on the front. So they can attack things like in their vanguard, rather. But the only things on the sides, they can only attack things from the sides, which is considered exposed. So right now, this zombie dude is exposed because there is nothing to his side that is protecting him from the outside of the map. Which means your cavalry, when you control them, you can just make them go over here, and then they will attack.
Oh. Am I in the way of the Grove Guardians and their stupid move?
You are not. I believe you are just perpetually on the outside there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's mostly for a visual thing. Okay. So, Boom Crash, that's it for the Grove Guardians. Yunora can place her other leftovers. She's going to place some more at her flank. Amon, you can place your second Galestone militia.
Oh, I get 2.
Yep.
In that case, go into there. Then the D4.
Yep. All right. Then Gritok gets to place his units. Let's put some.
So this is kind of like Gwent, where you place everything first and then fight.
Yeah. I don't know how to play Gwent, but
I'm very bad at it, so.
but I'd imagine that there's similarities since everybody keeps saying it. So he's going to place his there. Nobody else has any other units to place, so he's just going to place his final units right here.
I just know in Gwent, it's like kind of you can play off of like the rounds, because there's like 3 rounds, and so you can either front load to try and swarm them, or you can hold on to your cards for like late game to try and like beat them up because they've overused stuff. So there's a little strategy to that too, and it's hard to figure out.
It's the strategy for Gwent is because there's 3 rounds. Make them the most successful one is make them bleed as much as possible and hoard resources in the first round, and then it's like, depending on whether you win the first round or lose it on purpose, you have to win the second round or like throw the second round.
Because then you have to have those cards left over for the last one.
You have to win with minimum effort. It's the ideal.
So sacrificing is definitely a thing as well.
No card deck for the win.
I guess.
Look, I don't have cards, so I'm just like, I just throw everything in the beginning because I have nothing left for the end.
I guess in the way that there's multiple rounds, there are sort of the way that the reason that there's intrigue in this system is that when you do your intrigue thing and you're like gathering information on people, you're boosting all of your like your defenses, and when combat breaks out, you get bonuses based on how good your defenses are. For instance, one of them lets you deploy all your units after the enemy deploys theirs. Another one lets you like choose whether they're fighting at your base or at their base or at somewhere in between. So that's what the purpose of all that is leading up to this.
Battlefield to make it more beneficial.
Yeah, there is stuff. I don't remember all the other stuff, but it's because we're not doing that in this particular fight. This is mostly an intro fight, which is why there's not a ton of units. Although I could have probably made it simpler by like removing the blackness, or maybe getting rid of the fortifications or something, or just having 2 units. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out. So we've placed all of our units. Now we can go into descending initiative, and then I can tell you how the game works. So after deployment, and I guess this will be a helpful tool, the attacker's vanguard gets a free activation. So they are the attackers, so they actually get to go first, but only their vanguard row, because they were the ones that were like in front. So the leftovers, these little guys, are going to shamble towards the Grove Guardians that have animated. So what they do, let's see, need to put up their stats. Okay, they have 1 attack. They deal 1 damage if they hit with their power. Their defense is 9, their toughness is 12. So the way that attacking works in this is that there are kind of like 2 attack rolls, but in reality they're kind of 2 damage rolls, if that makes sense. First, you make an attack roll, and if that hits their defense, then it's a hit and it inflicts 1 casualty. If you do hit with the attack, then you make a power check, and if the power check is better than their toughness, then you deal more damage, potentially based on how much damage you do. not just one, like the attack. I don't know if that makes sense, so I will just try it now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's just walk through it and learn as we do.
So, the leftovers are going to attack the Grove Guardians. They make an attack test and get an 8 and a 5. Oh, I also wrote the rules down. That was nice of me. Okay, so what's the Grove Guardian's defense? Can you click on their stats, not their traits?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, their defense is 14. The leftovers didn't hit. If they had hit, they would have dealt 1 damage. It's always 1 damage.
Okay.
And if they had hit, they would then do a power attack, which I'm just doing one to show you. And then it deals it equal to their damage, which in their case is 1. So they would just deal another follow-up damage.
Okay.
But I don't think anything grievous happened. Let me just check their things.
Man, it turns out the punching trees is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Huh, any opposed infantry or cavalry or aerial unit must succeed at DC 10.
I mean, horses are spooked out, man.
I know, but it's like, oh, you could go and attack these. They're open. Fuck you, Chris.
Yeah, well, that's technically true of anything. Any unit that is fighting an undead creature has that. The Grove Guardians circumvent it by having the Eternal trait.
Well, at least I have advantage against morale checks.
Yep, so do all of your troops. That's a human trait, but I just gave it to you guys, even though you're all half-elves. Alright, so, now that that's done,
Was Keymop the place with the scarred one?
Yep,
Yep.
it's a nearby town. So Mao, you have the initiative. So, during your turn, it's kind of weird because you don't move normally, but you could get... Each person has a movement action, an action, a bonus action if applicable, and a reaction. So it's just like normal combat.
Okay.
Your actions, and this is under warfare rules. Let me pop it up so it doesn't just look like I'm talking. Okay. In the warfare rules section, the magenta one, yes. Each unit gets movement, action, bonus action, reaction. Your actions can be attacking somebody, which is what the leftovers did over there. You can use a magic item. You guys don't really have any. You can attempt a maneuver, which are written way over in the top next to conditions. Some of them have prerequisites. For instance, only infantry can do the follow-up action. Only artillery or infantry can do the withdraw action. You can only rally if your unit is broken. Stuff like that.
Okay.
You can only feint if your commander is a rogue. I included that because sometimes it will happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's the attacking thing that I said. Oh, you can also dash or do nothing. I figured those would be worth putting in there. Attacking, attack versus defense, inflicts a casualty. Then you do a follow-up power versus toughness if you hit, and then the casualties in that case equals their damage as written on their stats.
Cool. I would like to attack since I know I can do that.
Sure. In the order of battle, which is listed under that, that's just a fancy name for it. Infantry can attack adjacent units, which is what the leftovers did last turn. Artillery can attack any unit on the board at all. The cavalry can attack other cavalry or exposed units. And siege units can attack any unit, just like any artillery. Plus, they can attack fortifications. Whew, okay. So anyway.
I just focus fire that siege unit.
I mean, yeah. So, you attack. So, first, since you're going after the leftovers, you need to make a morale test, which should just be a button on your thing. Okay, you succeed and you had advantage on it. So you got a 19, that's fine. Okay, and your attack test was 10? I don't remember what their defense was. Their defense is 9, so that is a hit. So the leftovers take 1 damage.
I can do power attack?
Yep, you can do a power test.
Nice.
Alright, a 22 definitely is going to hit them. So that's going to deal 2 damage to them. Now, normally... I also am realizing that I need to turn this off again. Okay.
And now I can move as a bonus action, but I don't know how far I can move.
Well, you don't really move. You're just there. The one thing I'm not sure, because it said this in the Strongholds and Followers guide, but I don't remember seeing it in Kingdoms and Warfare. But there was a thing about how cavalry, when they fight something, they engage them and they can't retreat or something. But I don't think that's true in this edition. So, what these leftovers can do... Technically, I was supposed to do it after your attack and before your power thing, but they can do a set for charge as a reaction, which means they make a DC 13 command test, and on a success, they do 1 damage back to you. It's like putting their pikes into the ground. Yeah. So they're going to try a command test. They're not good at these.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
well, sometimes they are. And I put the DC in there. So, the Keymot Outriders suffer a casualty, so you can decrement your die to a 5. Now I'll explain Diminished. Diminished means that you're at, like, half your dice. You're bloodied, essentially. And the first time you become Diminished, you need to make a morale check, or else you suffer an additional casualty, because your units are starting to flee. But Undead cannot be diminished, so they don't care about that. Anywho. Mal, that is your turn.
Undead's morals means they're just going to keep coming until they die.
Yeah, they don't break if they lose half their units, they just keep shambling.
Alright.
Zumasu, you are in control of the Darkbow Company. You can shoot at, I believe, anybody.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the siege weapon, because screw that thing. So, I do attack. What'd that do?
Alright, that... so you're attacking that one. Let's see. Its
Before
defense.
They start chucking things at me.
Its defense is an 11, so you hit. I mean,
Okay.
I knew that a 21 was going to hit anyway, but I figured for process.
Yeah. So that means I get to do the power thing, so to just roll attack again.
Well, so that means you've dealt 1 damage to it, inflicted 1 casualty to the rock hurlers. So now you will do a power check.
So that's attack. Oh, it's power instead of.
Yeah, it's number 2.
Yep, it's attack and then power. Attack and defense, power and toughness. You can remember power and toughness if you play Magic.
And I beat their toughness.
You beat their toughness as well.
Pew pew!
Okay. I don't know if you guys have more damage than that. Let me check. No, that's traits. Stats. Oh, your dark bows are veterans. They actually have 2 attacks.
Oh, that's what it says in their stats? Yeah, veteran light
dwarf artillery 2.
Yeah, you have 2 attacks, so that means you can do this again.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna rain hellfire.
But yeah, the power did do just 1 more damage, so I'll reduce that.
And that hit, so let's do a power attack.
Okay.
And yeah, screw it. Yeah. Pew, pew,
Another
pew.
one. All right, well, they have become diminished.
Not to mention the power's also got +2 because of the fortification, so yeah, both of those definitely hit.
Yeah, and that's just to the check, not to the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have done a lot of damage to the siege unit. They immediately need to make a morale check, because they aren't just inanimate siege units, they are being operated probably by like zombies or something that are shambling to reload the things. Let's do a morale check. Okay, they resisted being diminished, so they're fine. Alright.
Well, I'm still proud of myself.
You did good. You did real good.
Also, as another tiny caveat, you have Yamdal like in your group, which means that you also have an additional +2 to power.
Oh, so confirming them power rolls is pretty easy.
Yeah, it is. I probably could have pushed this fight a bit more, but I really didn't want you guys to die in this fight.
This would have been a bad world building thing. Yamdal's probably just like, we trained for this, men! Let them see hell!
Yeah, the Jaguar's like, let's just fuck around and find out. And then they're like, oh shit, we're finding out.
He's just like, who said there were dwarves here? There were
Nobody
supposed
said
to be no dwarves.
dwarves. They're supposed to be dead. All right, it is Gritok's turn, which unfortunately means that all of his units get to move. So let's have the Black Ram Scrag move in first, and they can move in any order if you have multiple units. It's just each one gets to activate once, and by activate I mean it gets a turn. That's just their fancy words. All right, this guy is going to come in, and your movement, by the way, by default is 1, unless it says that you get more.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So how does cavalry move?
Again, they don't move; they just run around.
They just teleport to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
one.
you just say, came out Outriders, go to their left flank, and then they go there, and then they fight. The
visual thing is they'd be always moving on the battlefield type of visualization.
Yeah, the other thing to note is that technically, even though your cavalry can attack quote-unquote anything on the map that is exposed, these guys up there look like that they might be exposed, but the center and the reserve ranks, both of them do not allow you to be exposed until either the rear or the vanguard has lost all of its units. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's why they put zombies in the back. You guys are sort of immune to this because you're on a hill, but that's how that works.
I get that.
Also, even though I moved one of these units, this rank does not collapse until the end of the turn. All right.
Yeah.
They could still move something in there to save it.
Okay, that's fun. Just checking their stats. Let's do an attack against the Galestone militia.
I am going to do the separate charge, if that's okay.
That is only from a cavalry or aerial unit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that is why I could do it against Ali. But, I mean, that's a fair question.
Okay, that makes sense. I should read. All right.
Oh, it is not your fault. I am not going to fault anybody for not reading something on this wall of text.
Okay, so...
So they're going to do an attack roll against Galestone Militia B. And they miss.
Okay.
So that's that.
Yeah! Alright, Herschel. Like, you're a real hero now.
Herschel throws up some quickly timed shield spells.
Alright, I'm just gonna check and see if I don't have some fun things that I can do to start turning this around. Okay, no, not really.
Initiative is what matters.
Kind of. Okay, now the Fire Rock banner is going to move forward in the reserve rank, and they're gonna also shoot at the Galestone militia. They're going to make a attack test. Let me check their thingies. Oh, I guess that's not working.
Well, it's an 8 versus 12, so unless I got +4 somewhere.
Oh, no, that's not their roll. I was checking their stats, but apparently there's some error in that. Don't know why that's happening. Okay, so the Fire Rock banner, they are archers, and they shoot and fire at this person, and they also have +2 to their attack rolls because of their commander. Yours gives +2 to power, theirs gives +2 to attack. So that's going to hit, so that diminishes Galestone Militia's die, so you can decrement that by 1. And then they get to make a power check, which fails.
Nice.
Alright, so that's gonna be that.
Hang on, boy.
And... oh, well, they can do with the siege weapons. Okay, now this is somewhat important. Okay.
Could you not?
Okay, so it needs to spend its turn loading, but next turn it's going to automatically deal a d4 plus 2 damage to one of your 2 towers.
If I poop it before that happens, does it just die?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I gotta make sure to poop it.
You gotta kill the Anonger before it shoots. Alright, that's all of his units. And this unit has not collapsed yet, or that rank has not collapsed yet, so that's fine. Amon, it is Herschel's turn to move the Galestone Militia.
Okay, so I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I retreat the number. It's move and attack, right?
You can do them in any order.
Okay, so in that case, I think I gotta do a little Kansas City shuffle and attack with the 3 units first against the Sarek. So attack. Actually, let's look at the traits first. Okay, that's
Yeah.
better.
Thankfully, they're pretty simple.
Okay, that's pretty decent.
That's 1 hit.
Wow.
Now you can make a power. I keep trying to put like a marker on the die instead of going to the other thing. All right, let me check. Let's check. That does beat their toughness. They aren't as tough as they seem.
Yeah, so 2 damage back to back, I guess.
Not gonna lie, you guys are pretty lucky with some of these rolls.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Getting the good rolls is good here.
Because then we can go murdering some people down in the sewer.
Okay, the Galestone militia has gathered themselves together against the invading hordelings and have managed to start staving them off. They are not diminished yet, so now you can move if you'd like.
Okay, it's not a withdrawal, so I'm gonna do a skippity whoop, and
Okay,
move.
now I didn't tell you this,
Okay.
but infantry have a special action that they can do if they like try to retreat from them. They can do an action called follow up.
Follow up, yeah.
So they're gonna move into this space, but I think they need to succeed at a test to do it. I think it's a command. No, I think they can just do it. Yeah.
Let's do it. Hey, I'm fine with it because I gotta move my 2nd unit.
To surround them, yeah.
Nice.
And,
This is that thing. This is the same thing that friggin' Matt was talking about that he did.
Yeah, Matt Colville.
He was like, "Oh man, I can do this thing," and then, "Oh, but I can follow up as a reaction."
Okay,
But I don't hit, unfortunately.
yeah, that doesn't hit their defense, so they are done. They are surrounding the hordelings that have entered here, but no dice. All right, if that's it for your turn, it is Yonora the Black's turn. She is the necromancer that is remotely controlling these because she's not dumb. Let's have
Herschel, take to the field. Do it now.
Let's have these dudes attack the Grove Guardians just because they're there. We might as well. I don't think that hits.
That would be stats.
Yeah,
14.
they have 14. They have very good defense. That does not hit them.
It's trees take a bit to damage. You have to get at the right angle, right chopping.
And then it's going to move this way, which is fine. Now the Grove Guardians, since they are technically infantry, they can move into this space if they would like to.
Yes.
All right. Then that was your reaction, and let's see. I think, man, it's hard to know what to do with these guys in the back, but they're basically still there protecting the artillery units.
They're preventing people. They're preventing villagers from coming in and beating up the augur.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. It's mostly preventing the cavalry from coming in from behind. All right, well,
go back there.
yeah, the rear is exposed. This rank is exposed as long as there's no units to the left or right of them. And the front is exposed as long as there are no units to the left or right of them. I believe this unit is technically exposed to this side, but I'm not 100% on that. You just can't attack the center ones. All right. Boom Crash. Pot of Bees. It is the Grove Guardian's turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack the leftovers.
Num num num.
Nom.
Feels like we're having a fight with a fridge.
A little, yeah.
That's gonna hit.
Okay, so 1 damage. I guess they die?
Yep, they do. They get removed from the board.
Okay.
Also, you don't need to make a second morale check against undead. It's just the first time that you engage with them.
You get used to seeing all the fleshy thingies.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I move and advance further?
Yep.
Okay.
Any space is open game.
It's actually good if their vanguard layer falls apart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be covering. It would squeeze the board down. That'd be good for us.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that, I believe that's your turn. Now damn. There are certain bits of these rules that escape me sometimes. So I'm not sure if this rank is fully destroyed, or if because these guys are alive, it isn't. But I think the case is that,
Because you said it takes a round for it to kind of go into effect. But
I think it might collapse like this.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Well, Boom Crash is at the end of the round anyway, so we'll just say that that's how it works for now. I'll look it up later if that changes. But
if it took like a full round, or if it was just round.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Technically, what happens is that the Vanguard no longer exists, but this is still considered the rear. This is still considered the reserve. So actually, it might be more prudent to just have these up here, and then just have you guys like skip a space when you go there.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's like you're charging across the battlefield.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it is the Cavalry's turn, the Kemot Outriders. Believe they can attack the Fire Rock banner, and they can attack the leftovers. Actually, they can attack anybody now because the Vanguard's collapsed.
Kill the center.
Oh, our Vanguard, or their Vanguard is collapsed because they moved into ours.
Yep. As long as the Vanguard and the rear exist, the center units can't become exposed, but now they can be exposed. Normally, there'd be a lot more tokens to gummy up the board than 5 units for 4 rows.
We're a wee small keep. We're not a giant city.
Yeah. All right.
They're like, now there's cavalry? There were dwarves, and now there's cavalry. You said this be easy.
The cavalry.
All the zombies like,
The cavalry rush into the side where the rock hurlers have become exposed, but they were able to repel your attack as a bunch of hobgoblins seem to be interspersed with the zombies, and they start firing on the horses as they
Don't
come
got
in.
no bonuses now? Anywhere?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. They don't have anything fancy. There's just the movement and bonus. Or
Yeah, the Outriders aren't particularly strong. It's just that they're super mobile.
Yeah.
All right.
Knights from chess.
Now Zumasu. It is the Darkbow Company's turn. They might be able to take this down since they have 2 attacks. And they're very strong.
Pew! Yay, they hit.
All right.
Pew! Okay, now we have to do what is their stats again?
Let's see. 11. Oh no, for toughness it's 10, which means that you did beat their thing.
Because
so
of the fortification as well, because that's +2. So yep, I destroyed it.
You destroyed the rock hurlers. The Kemot Outriders provided enough of a distraction that your Darkbow Company was able to volley arrows down into the existing zombies. Now nobody is operating the siege weapons, and they are destroyed.
The dwarves give a salute to the Kemot Outriders, and then they turn their bows to the...
To the
what
who?
are these guys?
To the Black Ram Scrag. Scrag is just a word that I made up for, like, their battalion. Like, that's what they call them, I guess.
Okay, they probably hit with the 23, I'm guessing.
They sure do.
And they're going for that power kill. Yeah, they bonk those guys hard.
I love these rolls. These are great.
Okay, so that's 2, and then they also need to make a morale check immediately.
They
failed
having a bad day. They're getting surrounded on all sides, and then they get hailed by arrows.
So they take 2, and then 3. They're at 1. Yeah, as the volley comes in, and they get surrounded by the militia, they are cornered, and they are not able to defend against the ensuing volley. They're almost routed at this point. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 6... Okay, they aren't at half units yet, so they aren't going to retreat, and that, I believe, happens at the end of the round anyway. Alright, Zumasu's done. 'Tis Gritok's turn. Gritok is going to... I mean, he's facing off against these Grove Guardians, but he needs to get these people dead. So let's have the Scrag start fighting back against the militia. Let's do an attack. I think a 12 beats for the militia? I'm not sure. Yes, it meets it.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. Oh, whoops. I did Galestone people by accident. Okay, it's fine. They were both natural 20s.
What doesn't matter?
Well, it's fine.
A cornered animal is apparently dangerous.
Okay, so 2 damage to the female or the male unit?
They were attacking the female token.
Oh no.
I just need to check. Okay, they only do 1 damage. That's fine. So now the militia needs to make a morale check because they have become diminished.
Okay, let's see. Morale. Number 3.
Okay, so instead they just go to 1 instead of going to 0.
Okay.
Because they took 1 damage from the attack and 1 damage from the power.
They're still holding on.
Yep, they are.
Marshall, you're not an embarrassment.
I mean, to get rid of the action economy, it's smarter for the Fire Rock Banner to get rid of this dude, so let's just do that.
Marshall, you embarrassing son of a bitch.
Okay, the Galestone Militia is gone.
Okay. Want to delete it?
Yeah.
Do it.
I'll just put them on another layer in case we need to use them again for future battles.
Mm-hmm.
They disappeared. Ooh. Okay. I'm trying
put
to
up a brave face against this crag, but then all of a sudden arrows.
Oh shit! The reserve is gone.
That is true. At the end of the round, that means that will collapse. Which, at that point, it might be prudent to actually collapse them. I'm just trying to find, because I vaguely remember, like, a rule, but I don't know if it was, like, somewhere. Well, I vaguely remember a rule that when a unit... Oh, no, I know what I'm thinking of. That's just goblins. When goblins die, the other units around them freak out.
Because they're cowardly.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so now this guy is going to... He's going to move down here since this rank is technically collapsed. Then...
No. Save me, Jeebus. Save me.
So technically this should look like this, as the battle is, like, condensing a bit. Does he have any more units? No. It is Amon's turn. So now you have 1 levied militia left.
Okay, in that case, the Scrag needs to turn to Scrag. No! No!
A failed hit. As the hobgoblins move in to flank them, they start freaking out as well.
Oh, snap.
Oh, well.
Alright.
Actually, I'll just look at... Let me just look at the list to see if they got any action. I don't think they do, but...
Technically, you can move to try and prevent the reserve rank from collapsing.
But doesn't that... But doesn't that collapse the Vanguard?
I guess so, but there are... Well, no, because there still are units in there.
Ah. Yeah, you know what? Let's make space for the Darkbow Company to do something, so... Yeah, that should do it.
It means they have to move another space.
Yeah.
And, let's see, they can follow up, but I don't think they want to at this point. So,
To prevent the lines from collapsing so easily.
They're both
yeah.
technically open too, right? 'Cause they're
These
not next
guys
to each other?
can... yeah, they're exposed. These guys cannot follow up, by the way, because they're artillery units. Only infantry can do the follow-up. Okay, I think that's it for you. It is Yunora's turn with the leftovers. They're going to move down here, and I think they're just going to march and keep moving.
Move twice.
Exactly.
Help
Boom
me,
crash.
guys. Help me.
It is time for the Grove Guardians. Things are starting to look a little more even.
Okay.
Help me.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh Lord, I'm coming.
Oh, come
The
on.
trees.
Select both
the
of you. Okay, so Grove Guardians are gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna attack these guys.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put their stats up. They have defense 10.
Okay, so attack.
Which is weird. I thought they had more than that.
Oh no.
Well.
Oops.
Oh no.
I tried.
Oof. That is a miss.
Okay. I don't have 2 attacks.
Yep. That's unfortunate. The trees start shambling after them, but their military training has taught them to move around the trees. You know, use them to their advantage. Okay, Mao, it is your turn. Unfortunately,
Can't do anything.
well, you can do something. These guys are exposed. They are the only exposed unit because you can't attack through this black space. Actually,
They're not exposed though because they have units that are next to them.
yeah, but not to this side. So imagine your cavalry was able to move in here and then like move out.
Okay. Well,
Unfortunately, it's not a hit.
We fucked each other.
The dice giveth, and then they take it away. I thought this was gonna be a quick battle, but it is turning around.
We've been cursed. Fuck you. Everyone restart their roll 20.
All right. Yeah, a reboot will reset the dice. Okay.
I'm gonna shoot the archers since I have 2 attacks, and I'd rather try and get those guys out of the way. I'm gonna
Sure.
take the high risk, high reward.
They are their more powerful unit.
Okay,
Okay.
that hits, right?
That is a hit.
And a 17. That hit.
I believe that's 2 hits, which means that they are diminished.
Oh,
They gotta
wait.
make a morale check.
Yep. What is it?
Oh, I was forgetting about the +2 to attack. Is that already added in?
From what?
Or from the attack test? Hold on. I thought it was a 9 and it was supposed to be to 10.
Let me see.
You
here.
have +3 to your. Oh no, that's Mao's. Yeah, you have
Yeah, it
+3
says
to your
+3
attacks.
on it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was very confused because I thought that was something that wasn't already factored in. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
I had an
It-
extra +2 to my power attack that's not factored in because I'm on the fortress.
Yeah, if anyone's curious, I had to do some shenanigans to get these to work. I created my own attributes that the macros are calling, which are just numbers that I have to edit. Because you can add new attributes like strength and dexterity, but they're like
Yeah.
invisible until you call on them, and then it just populates it.
Mhm.
But
Okay,
yeah,
sorry
that's
to
just
interrupt,
me.
But thank you.
No, that's
Let's see-
fine.
Let's see if these guys are diminished even
Right.
more.
They need to see if their morale is going to work. Oh, I don't know if I've done that yet. Have these guys hit anybody yet? I don't think they have.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Didn't
did.
they-
Oh, but they
they
killed
killed
somebody
them.
immediately. Okay, well, let's just do the morale check. Okay, they're fine. So
Alright,
they are
I'm gonna have to
just
try
at
and-
2.
We'll just have to try and finish them up.
Okay, you have hit them,
Yep,
and you hit
there
them
we
again.
go.
You finish off the Fire Rock banner, which means that his commander also flees the field, which I believe means that everybody else needs to make a morale test or else flee immediately. But don't quote me on that, I guess. Oh, that's only when you do single combat, which is another fun thing. Okay, well, either way, the round is almost over.
Veteran is
Sumasu.
a strong thing.
Okay, so Gritok's people are technically still here, so they're gonna move forward and attack your militia. Okay, that's gonna hit, and that's gonna hit.
Oh no.
So now that's gonna be 2 hits on the Galestone militia, so they're diminished, bloodied, so they need to make a morale check, which is DC 13. Which is C. If he's...
Yeah, I know. Like, sorry, it's slowing down a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
see.
more.
Just made it.
Yep, you just made it. They've just
Yeah.
managed to hold their own, so they are at 2. Lovely 2. I'll just put them down.
Okay, thank you.
I know you were slowing down, so I figured I'd aid.
It's weirdly chunky now all of a sudden.
Okay, I'm on. It is your turn.
Oh no, I've been crippled. Okay.
Technically, they are going to retreat, like at the end of the round.
In that case, well, Herschel, don't disappoint me. Scrag against the Scrag, obviously. Herschel, you stupid asshole.
No.
Everybody loves Herschel.
He's gonna get his pay docked for this.
To be fair, he was told in an emergency situation to take control of the people of Galestone while the dwarf guy was controlling his dwarven commander. He just was kind of rallying the people that were living there, like the chef, the leather worker.
He's trying his best.
There's presumably a bunch of farmers and stuff too. All right, Yanora's turn. She's controlling one of the final units on the board. She's gonna try and attack the militia. Actually, I forget the rules for like coming back from things, but I think it's fine to just keep attacking. All right, well that's a miss. Boom crash, pot of bees.
Okay.
Let's see if the
those
Grove
zombies.
Guardians can do some work.
Okay, yeah, I'm chasing a lot of people, so we'll see. Leftovers. I'm hungry.
That's gonna hit.
Yay!
Imagine the Grove Guardians
Oh,
are just a bunch of mushrooms. They're like, I would like to consume now, thanks.
I believe that is also a hit. They don't care
Nice.
about being diminished, but they are at 2. All right, at the top of the round, where Mao's turn happens, we now calculate the point values. So we got 2, and then we got 1. So that's 5, and they have 2. So they have less than half. So their side automatically retreats. Let's see. Here's what happens for defeat in case you guys are ever defeated. You would do a retreat maneuver, which means that all of your units automatically make a command test with a DC of 8. So I'll just, I guess, do it to show what it looks like. Looks like they both succeeded.
Do they move like the same amount of spaces they're allowed to move, or they just try to get off of it completely?
Retreat means that they leave the battlefield.
Okay.
They've been routed.
And there's like an attack of opportunity if they fail that, in some sense.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. If they had failed, like imagine that the leftovers had failed. Actually, it's probably better to say the Scrag had failed. They actually suffer an additional casualty before they're removed from the board. That doesn't matter because they're NPCs and stuff, but their unit would die and they wouldn't be able to get it back. So they'd need to muster a new unit during like downtime or something. So like you could permanently lose your Darkbow company if they had fallen to like 1 casualty and then lost another one. It meant that they were just kind of scattered to the winds. So you would need to muster new units to replace them.
That damn initiative was useful.
But also, if you do have units that are like diminished, like they have less than their full hit points, I believe they go up over time again to like heal back up as the units kind of like replenish themselves and you like hire new people to replace those that had fallen or run away. Anywho, these guys go away because the battle is yours.
Yay. Although, Herschel, you and I got some talking to do.
The dwarven guy yells down to Herschel, "Good job for a first-timer! You managed to keep your unit together."
Herschel's probably crying.
And land your attacks, and not collapse the line, and you gotta push through, and you gotta know when to retreat.
But I have to admit, they never touched our fortifications.
Yeah, they didn't even get there before they could make any lasting damage. I will also say that if your militia that had died were not levies, you could potentially get them back. Apparently, when the battle ends, any units that had broken, which just means that they've been removed from the battlefield, you can do a morale test for them, which is a DC 13, and then if you do, they come back with 1 like casualty die, so you can not lose them permanently. But levies, which is what these guys are, and also what the zombies were, they just disband automatically.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, some farmers and bar keeps have died in this battle.
And in a way, these Grove Guardians were kind of levies, but I'm going to say they can come back, like, at any point. So technically, you guys only own 3 units, but they all survived the battle with very minor casualties. Only people were lost were the townsfolk, so nothing of battle.
Nothing about dirty peasants.
Exactly.
And they didn't come back to the battlefield. They're like, I didn't vote for you. Screw this.
Okay, so that's mostly it for battle, I think. I guess
this is more elegant and involved. Like the initial setup is far more annoying because you have to do a completely different stats spread, but the actual playing seems much more doable.
Yeah, it's just 2 actions and you're only dealing like 1 or 2 hit points of damage instead of like, all right, what's like 67 minus 42?
There's still room to make it abstract and interesting, but it doesn't like overcomplicate things in some ways.
Yeah, and this can get pretty complicated. Like, I did a fairly simple version for you guys.
Well,
there can be aerial units and more units would gum up the board with like things that you need to move around, and
even adding like 3 rows or something with stuff in the rows could do all sorts of shenanigans type thing. Like there's ways to make this complex or convoluted.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that the unit like being down to like half or whatever doesn't make it, because previously the issue was that the unit that won the first fight just kept on winning because the stats didn't diminish.
Yeah, like a unit that was so far ahead, just there was no way for certain units to ever do anything.
Yeah. So I can explain some of the other stuff that might go into this. On the spreadsheet page, there's a section that's blue that says building an army. Basically, during Intrigue, you can use your domain action, which we've kind of already been doing. Like, I gave you guys a bunch of domain actions before your A Taurus Gala. You would use one of those to make, like, an ops test, or just to say, I would like to muster a cavalry unit. I'd like to muster an archery unit, or something like that. And you would just get them at, like, rank 1 or whatever. The things that restrict, like, the army that you can build... first of all, Alliance, you can only muster units if they like you, which is kind of obvious, I guess. Command, you can only command units equal to your proficiency bonus, which you guys have a lot of proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
We show off enough that they're like, why should we follow you? We like smash a tree and have it like, that's why.
I also changed some of the rules for from MCDM's thing. Your 3 retainers, instead of having them be like sidekicks with like their own abilities and stuff, instead they're just like alternate commanders that can hop in, and they can control a number of units equal to their like retainer level, which goes from 1 to 5. So they could each control like up to 2 units, I think. And finally, the main thing is that all those like fun numbers in the top right corners, those are their tiers of your units. You each like tier needs to be outnumbered by the tier below it. So that's the purpose of like getting levies mostly, so you can get more powerful units, because right now you can't have this many units on the board because you only have 1 tier 1 unit and 2 tier 2 units. So technically you couldn't have this chain of command, and that's more of a game balance thing than a like role-playing thing.
Yeah.
Basically, you don't have enough support to like protect your trees, I guess. You need like you need stuff on the board to like gum up that thing, or else they just burn them down. I don't know. Maybe that's a way to do it.
We'll just call it a resource management issue.
Yeah. You can also improve your units, which I put under the improving units thing. Which experience, technically, they just need to survive enough battles. So technically your Keymot Outriders are now upgraded to veterans, which does something. I just need to remember what it does. It's okay. Levies cannot be upgraded. They're always as bad as they are. And equipment you can upgrade just by spending money. That's as easy as it is. And then whenever you muster an identical unit, you increase the unit's die type instead of just mustering another one. That's a weird leftover rule from Strongholds and Followers. That one's going to be really loose instead of strong. But yeah, that's mostly it.
So we just heard all of this from Herschel. Basically, just like
well, not all the rules
whole...
explaining, but
but like the lowdown of what happened.
Yeah, he explained that they were attacked by strange hordling creatures, as you are easily able to distinguish once you get the description of them, and that basically you guys were able to repel them. They had a bunch of undead, but they were easily routed. And they had siege weapons, but you're able to destroy them before any real damage was done. Because otherwise you'd have to like do repairs on your fortress, which takes time and money, but you guys were fine.
You hear Zumasa yell in the background, "Lion! I mean, Jaguar!
Panther!" Oh, and I guess another thing, your Keymot Outriders will go back up to 6 in a week. I believe they go up by 1 die type, or 1 die point every week.
So don't engage in too long of a protracted campaign, or you're gonna get your unit wiped out.
Yeah, unless you have a significant number of units and resources in order to back that up. So that makes sense.
All right. Well, that's that. So I think we can go back to Elore. It's also 10:30. Maybe we could take a break, and as you guys discuss what you guys want to do next.
You could say you have to go to the bathroom. It's fine.
Yeah, but I figure also just saying it as like we could take a break at like the hour and a half mark.
No, Chris, you have to stay here and listen to it while you pee in a bottle.
This is what you brought.
Okay. Grabs an empty Mountain Dew can. Here goes. No. I'll be right back.
It tastes the same.
It tastes the same.
Anyway, so what is the plan? I guess we should discuss it.
We have to investigate the cult.
There is an easy access point too. They're in the sewer, and we know how to get there. So we can literally go murder some cultists right now.
Okay. Didn't we also try to go to Tanagran, and because she's involved? Yeah. So
she's also potentially involved in the cult as well, right? So we got those 2 options, which are accessible.
We need to attack the towers. So
yeah, we know where Tanagran's tower is. We know where the abandoned tower we never went to the portal is, and there should be another one in the Mulligmore area.
Okay, so I'm all for the attacking Tanagran thing. I want to do that first, but I think we discussed the approach then, because we can assume detection. Now, do we want to do anything with the fire giants at all? Do we want to do this blitz solo? Or do we want to feign ignorance and try to weasel our way in?
It takes a bit of time to get there, right?
Well, we can teleport there.
To Tanagrins?
Not to Tanagrins, but somewhere close by.
We are already close by. We're in Elore, because
true.
Remember, Tanagrin is close to Elore.
Well, we've got flying carpets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, see, that's the thing. Flying carpet. Like, we could either like blitz at the top window and just karate kick our way in, or we could go to the ground and like try to talk it up and like be escorted up there, or we try to fly to the fire giants first. It's just kind of the
I vote we fly to the fire. Well, it is going to take a little bit of time because I got the scrying orb. I could just scry on the fire giants as we're making our way over there, see what we get, and see if we want to send a message to them, or literally fly to the ground. I vote on some sort of subterfuge when it comes to like sneaking in versus blitzing over them. Either way.
Okay.
I like the idea of the fire giants to sort of distract whatever cultists or whatever other defenses that she has and sort of divide the attention, and then we use that commotion in order to sneak in and karate chop her in the head.
Okay,
exactly.
In that case, what can we offer the fire giants?
Liberation. I mean, they already know that they have like somebody under their mind control.
Yeah,
so
but we
promise
killed
to
their
do-
king. I mean, like
Yeah.
also
It's
remember.
crazy.
But
Also,
we didn't we give or we killed their king, but didn't we like leave his daughter in power?
We did, and we did
Yeah, but-
promise her that we would, or
Yeah, but the
Zumosi
thing-
promised her.
The thing is, like,
Yeah.
she didn't want to be in power. Like,
Yeah.
like that was the thing. Oh, so, also, secondly, we already dealt with the fire giants once. They're egotistical as hell. They're like, we'll be free on our own. Like, they can probably pull some stupid shit like that. So I feel like it's a good idea to think of a secondary,
Fair enough.
enticement
Um,
Yeah.
or whatever.
or like just sort of figure out how to incite them to attack at the same time.
Like we might need to trick them too, but it's just like I'm saying, like it's a pretty good idea that they probably won't actually listen to us because no matter what benefit they bring, we bring to them, like they're stubborn as hell.
Yeah, I think Zumasu's idea of like scrying on them and trying to get a lay of the land and see where they're at is a pretty good idea. And I don't think we can like figure out how to deal with the fire giants until we first have a little bit more information about their state of mind.
Because
They don't have one.
Yeah, because the worst case I'm thinking is because the other thing too is we know that she can control the fire giants and was slowly kind of taking them over. So I'm like, if we can scry on them, see what's up, maybe see if we can get a message through without being like immediately detected. Otherwise, if it seems like it's all controlled by Tanagrin again, we could just park our like things a little outside of our base and then sneak in using Mao and stuff, and then show up and just punch her in the face.
Stabbing, not punching. Not a strength. Definitely dex based.
Yeah.
So what you guys talking about? Going
We're
back to
gonna go
Tanagrin's?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to Tanagrin. I think that's the universally agreed plan.
But we're gonna on our way there want to scry on her since it probably takes a few hours.
On her as well as the fire giants.
Yeah, actually probably the fire giants first because scrying on her might alert her.
Okay. So, as you guys have gotten the news that your base was attacked. I didn't really hear what you guys' reaction was to that. Are you going back to Galestone?
Address them.
I was like, oh, yeah,
Oh
we
no!
should-
Anyway,
Anyway,
I say to at least do a formality wise, at least you, I'm pointing at Zumasu, should probably make your way back. So not to be, so you don't abandon the keep again.
part of me's wondering if I should just literally go throw some gold their way, like send a messenger with a bunch of gold to go over, but then I'd have to.
No,
Have an
I say no. You already abandoned them like once. Like, actually, let's physically go down there and actually make a show of like we are proud of everyone, except you, Herschel. But we are proud of everyone for defending this keep.
That's fair. I guess we could take a small detour, check in with them, see if we could. Grovel makes it there in time by checking in on him, so maybe we do like a fast track of that.
Because the dwarves are mercenaries, so they might not take keenly to an employer that's kind of a bitch to them.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Maybe we just do a little fast track of going down there, maybe giving them some coin for renovation, giving them a pep talk, and then piecing out.
yeah, I mean that's fine.
That makes sense.
I mean, this is probably not going to take forever, but it's probably worth doing anyway.
Yeah,
Alright.
so I agree. We should pack up our stuff. I'm gonna get rid of Gregory and summon up Dust Flicker because at this point I'm just like, okay, we gotta get out of here quick. Let's just fly over the dang keep.
All right.
You gotta show up in a keep in a Ferrari. That's what you're doing right now.
Pretty much.
All right. I know that you guys don't get paid a lot, but here's 2 silver to hold things over. Flies away in Ferrari.
I mean, I'm gonna drop some platinum on them. I want to bring my units and shit.
Right.
I also
Well,
want to make sure that the dwarf doesn't abandon his post.
That's
I'm
fair.
I pretty much owe him now. I'm just like, yeah, thanks for sticking around and saving the keep.
let's see. I just need to prep a few things on the other page. just so that you can like go there, I guess.
Eventually, we're gonna need to pay somebody from the Arcane College to start building teleportation circles there.
Yeah, I mean, it's helpful that in this world that you can technically, as long as you start doing it for a month, I think I said, it becomes active as long as you keep doing it every day. Okay. Let's go to Galestone. It's an uneventful fly over there as you get out of Allure, whether you walk out of Allure and then start flying, or just start flying.
I'm gonna say we just start flying, because I kind of want to let people point in the sky and be like, is he back?
Is it him? Santa?
It's a bird. It's a dragon.
Actually, you're flying at night, so you're unidentified, so you're a UFO.
Nice.
Or isn't this the morning, because we spent all night doing... Or what? Like, okay, we spent all night helping with the puzzle. She took a nap afterwards, so it's probably
That's
like, what?
true. I believe you guys got breakfast.
So it's like 1 in the afternoon.
I need to keep reminding myself. I want to like make a almost like the Minecraft like stopwatch that tells you what time of day it is, but like for a rollable token, so that you can like keep track of what time of day it was for when you leave and
Switch
come
it
back.
into eighths and just like have that.
Yeah,
That's
Anyway.
fine. That'd be kind of neat.
maybe telling
Yes.
you will help me remember that.
Or you could do it like Persona style. Okay, this session, this is gonna be the day session kind of thing. Like each activity takes a tick. Anyway, what do you want to do?
So you guys, I will say that as you are flying over, you take notice that there is smoke coming from the nearby town of Keymot. When you fly over the place, it looks like the entire town has been burnt to the ground. There is nobody
Yeah.
else there.
I want to investigate that just to get some info.
Sure.
Well, we know what happened.
Yeah, but I'm looking for extra clues. This is just me rolling a few dice, hopefully.
Okay.
Using
Sure.
like
Just make one
organization.
investigation check.
Where is my token?
I
Where is
put
the
them
token?
in the keep.
Yar. Alright, yeah. Could I say I have advantage since I'm assuming other people would be helping me with this?
Sure.
I'm seeing if I can pull out any info, like maybe confirm that this is the Jaguar, for instance. Cool.
As you land on Dusk Flicker, you start looking around before a flag just slaps you in the face as you tear off the section of flag that had ripped apart in an ensuing battle. You do find the standard of the Jaguar. This is definitely their work. As you look around, there don't appear to be any survivors here, but you don't see as many bodies as you would have thought for like a town being burned to the ground.
So it seems like people probably left then.
People probably fled, but there are Leaf Crown that have been stationed here, and they had been slain as well. You finally make your way back to Galestone, and you find that your numbers have swelled a bit as the refugees from Keymot Town came here, or to Allure, depending on their situation. After you reconvene with Herschel and... Oh no, where's Yamdal? I have him. Get him for you. Boo! Boo! You convene with these guys, and they tell you about what had happened, that they had come down from... or rather come up from the lowlands. They had circled around from Keymot Town and started marching up the hill with this siege weapon and a whole bunch of undead that they had amassed. It looked like they were preparing for this moment, but they didn't realize what they were up against. They didn't realize that they had like a bunch of animated trees, that they would get help from Keymot Town, stuff like that.
So I guess I try to make a nice entrance landing. I don't have my disguise on anymore, and I'm gonna look to Athena because she's met me before and be like, sorry for the delay. I'm finally back.
Your presence is welcoming. The Castellan had left, and we weren't sure if anybody was replacing them.
We do have somebody in mind. Actually, it would take him like, what, a day? How close is Grovel by this point? Because we probably would have
Maybe
sent...
half a week.
Okay.
He's a few more days away. Yeah.
Okay. So, because I'm assuming we probably, during the travels, probably could have sending spelled him to check on his progress.
You
So
could
I'll
have,
let
yeah.
her... Yeah, so I'll let Athena know that we have somebody in mind who's making his way here. He should be here within the next few days. And I'm going to turn to Yondel and Joe. I really appreciate all your troops' support in protecting this keep and helping the survivors. And Herschel, good on you for rallying as many folks as you did.
Me?
Yes, you. It was really brave. We knew that that there was something special about you.
Well, I was told I had to step up. I was trying to find some way to help them magically, but I did the best I could to direct them where I needed them to be.
Well,
But
because of you,
they just kind of they aren't experienced in their military tactics, so they weren't as able to attack them very well as they could have.
It's fine, Herschel. The keep's still
It's
standing.
fine.
Y'all, I really do appreciate all your efforts. There should be another castle oncoming. And as of right now, this is kind of its own thing. A Taurus is not involved anymore. Turns out, I'll just leave it at he's got his hands in too many pies for my taste. So I figured it was time to come back and just reclaim this place.
I was wondering what happened to that lass. She left in a hurry, in a bit of a huff. She didn't really leave us with much of an explanation.
Honestly, a Taurus sort of got the keep because he was initially a supportive lender for Zumasu to buy it in the first place. When Zumasu was presumed dead, he got it by default. But because Zumasu is not dead, the rightful owner has returned, paid out the rest of the debt. It's rightfully his. So
you aren't gonna put another bloody elf in charge, are you?
No. His name is Grovel.
Grovel?
He's a dwarf.
First off, rude. What if they're really good at being an elf and weren't an asshole?
You don't like elves any more than any of us do.
Well, that's
Just
good.
saying.
You're in mixed company then. We all hate elves. Everybody kind of looks at Athena, who's half drow and half high elf. And she
I
goes,
kind of raised my hand for a second and just like, okay, Yomdel, I will say that a Taurus is a different breed of elf, but it's here we gotta be welcoming because we're a little bit on our own now. A Taurus definitely has his hands in
fine.
Elore.
I'll say Elorans instead of elves.
See, the thing is, we have
Rich
probably
fucks.
some Elorans here.
Just say rich fucks. You know, like the really evil ones that have been around for a couple hundreds of years, have definitely stowed away a ton of money and influence. Those ones, they're not allowed.
Because I will say that the folks from Keymont Town, some of them probably went back and forth. It's fine for them to take refuge here until they're back on their feet. That's totally fine. If you can find them work for them, if they want to offer their services, we can, pay them or whatever.
That's fine, but I don't know if we're going to be able to defend against such an attack ever again. The levies have disbanded, and Pot of Bees can't really get that tea thing going again. It seems that was a once-in-a-lifetime sort of deal. They're not sure exactly how they mustered the powers to do that.
Herschel, you're a magic caster. You work with Pot of Bees. See if you can get that a little bit more constant. Also, that sort of magic seems like it'd be helpful for the farming in general.
Hey, what if I have a bold suggestion. What about fire giants?
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
I mean,
Giants are the natural enemies of dwarves, like elves and dwarves, like humans and dwars,
It's
like trolls and dwarves, and dwarves and dwarves.
Yondel, I love that you are like always ready to throw down, but I need you to tone this back a little bit and work on the community aspect of creating and defending a keep.
Yeah, no one's gonna want to live here if you're constantly throwing everybody out.
Okay, is this dwarf redhead with a unibrow? Because that's what I'm feeling. The Japanese and the Scots, and the Welshmen and the Scots.
Goddamn the dwarves! They ruined everything.
The dwarves' history literally has that be their case.
It's just a lot of aggression. This is why we need to give you a shit ton of booze, mellow you out, enjoy some peaches. Chill.
Yes. So, Athena, as for now, you're kind of in control until the Castellon comes.
Of course, my lord Zumasu.
So
That's
first of all, I'm going to give you a bit of funds to just use to celebrate because y'all earned it. I'm going to hand over about 300 gold. Just use this from whatever stash that we have of wine to cover the difference, so everybody can have a nice party.
I will arrange a
Then-
celebration.
Here's 1,000 gold to help with repairs, and another 200 platinum to help with repairs.
Thank you. Well, I mean, we didn't suffer too many casualties here at the keep, but we could put this towards perhaps finding more people to defend this place. What say you?
That's totally fine too.
Or you can train the people who already live here.
That as well,
Um,
but they have lives of their own that they want to get
Yeah.
back to.
Yeah, we need to improve our peach farm. So if they want to be farmers, let them be farmers because we need them.
We can always get mercenaries, and if this Grovel fellow is the one I'm thinking of, he's a dwarf as well. Perhaps with enough of a dwarven presence here in Galestone, might be able to petition the dwarves for more units, for more people to help defend this place. This is an ancient fortress that is very important to especially us, the Darkbows. But
But we're also expecting, like, yes, dwarves, raw dwarves, but Grovel has his own connections, and he's a very open-minded sort and has worked with many different kinds of folks in the past.
well, that's fine as long as the elves aren't so elfy.
Yeah, that's like I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulders, like I get it, man. Just like it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna come over to
It's
Rick,
hard. It's hard when all of my words in Dwarven kind of just translate. Most of our insults are words for elves.
I am gonna say this, buddy. You are gonna be seeing a lot of different folks because if you just take a look at our spreads of my companions, we tend to meet a lot of different people.
Hey, I don't got no problems with Kenkus or Yonti or whatever that wrinkly prune over there is, or the horny lass either. Just elves. And Athena just kind of is like looking down at the ground for a while, and then she kind of
climbing up to her in like solidarity because she's like, okay, I took a pot shot, but we gotta knock this shit off.
Yeah.
Well, she looks up and kind of smirks and goes, "Don't worry, I hate the elves too.
Okay.
They treated me very badly. I don't really belong in any elven circle."
Okay.
Right.
Well, you can make your own.
And I found one here.
There you go.
I would very much like this to be a very communal type of place.
Ugh. There's not gonna be like weird communes and hugging and stuff, right? We're not gonna do like some sort of ritual thing with flowers and shit.
Well,
mean,
and I kind of motioned to the trees.
Don't-
It depends on what Pot of Bees is gonna have to do to get those trees back up, because that sounded amazing.
That was pretty good, but also
It should have been there.
maybe with Grovel and also potentially with our redheaded friend and a few others, we might be able to get some arcane defenses here as well, because I have some connections with the college.
That sounds promising. As far as out of context things go, do you guys want to like spend like a week doing domain actions and like training these people and like mustering new units? Well, it would basically just be a roll. Actually, it wouldn't even be a roll for training or
Well,
anything. It's just
I
saying
think-
that you're taking a week.
The thing is, I think we are all kind of like we don't want to be like under time constraint or like owing like updates to
A Taurus.
a Taurus much as we can.
He hasn't been able to make progress in a while, and he's been waiting months already. Like
Also,
I
he's got a hostage. Like I say, like we hasten up our active investigations and
The-
stuff faster.
Speed would be wonderful. There's been a lot of weird thoughts in my head and emotions going through my body, and I would like to stab somebody with them.
I give Mao a little bit of a little handhold. Like, it's okay, it's okay.
I say we blitz.
okay.
We blitz toward the destination, not the actual at the destination.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll inform them. I reiterate. That's why I dropped a bunch of gold to mostly just say we'll do this. So maybe we get like one domain action or something, or can we decide to use that money to train units or something?
So, the domain action can be done regardless of whether or not you're here.
Okay.
It's basically telling your organization to go do something, like telling Yamdal to like muster some troops, telling Herschel to muster the levies again, just in case a battle happens. And the only reason that I asked if you wanted to stay behind and train was to give a role-playing reason to apply your martial advantages to your units, basically, which are those highlighted things in the warfare and units thing, which is kind of what Boom Crash was saying, like researching magical stuff to apply to these. For instance, one of the warlock ones is Scroll of Illusory Soldiers. It basically lets you place an additional unit down that is an illusion.
See, like, normally, yes, that sounds great, but unfortunately, you're in a time constraint. I feel like that's
Okay, so
Yeah,
you could do
it's
that
also
later
we've-
and then set your organization to go off and muster units instead of training with you.
Yeah, it's I think what right now is like what everybody is feeling is like, yes, this sounds like a fantastic thing, but we've been itching for a fight for the
Yes.
past few weeks, so let's go and fight.
We were ready to go and try and murder a Taurus until we saw all of the shit he had, and then we're like, damn it, fuck, no.
That's why I
Also-
gave you a
hostage.
military conflict to play.
Yeah. Also, it's because of the fact that he has a hostage. So let's
Yeah.
not make the hostage taker wait so long.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
Placating, yeah.
so. I guess can we all just like list our domain that we want them to start on, and we kind of just then fast travel to place because
Well, they just wouldn't be able to get it until you
Yeah,
do that.
let's not worry
Okay.
about it. Let's not worry about it. Like, they're big boys; they can take care of themselves.
We'll
The
come
only
back
thing-
here
The only thing that I would ask is that Boom Crash technically needs to choose because she's multi-classed, so she needs to choose which ones from Warlock and Wizard that she wants, and she can pick and choose one from each for the first level ones, or first level organization ones. But you can do that in your own time. If you hover over them, it tells you what the thing is in the comment. But yeah, we won't apply them until you guys spend a week training, because that represents you're like helping the soldiers directly. But it also means that these guys can spend some time mustering some units. So I guess I'll just ask, what kind of units do you want now that you've done a combat? Each one of you can do a domain action by telling somebody in your organization to go take care of something. And that'll happen in a week.
Yeah. If anything, I might actually not muster a unit. I might want espionage to learn about freaking Jaguar.
That's
To see
fine
if
too. You
another-
can also start sneaking in on them. That is
Just
something
to-
you can do with your organization.
What would be it to learn if there's another attack coming or something like that, or see if they've got a fortification somewhere? Would that be espionage?
That would be lore.
Okay.
Espionage would then be infiltrating their like lair, probably.
Okay, so I'd roll a lore check then, I guess, to basically tell my guys, have, if Yondel, if you could just scout around, see if you could figure out where these guys came from, where their base might be.
Which tab are you guys looking at?
Organization, the blue one.
Yeah, for
Okay.
organization, that's where you would do
Well,
the
the domain
organization
skill
stuff.
does say espionage, learn non-magical information, which kind of seems like a catch-all umbrella.
Yeah, for
It
army
is.
like
So can I do either lore or espionage? Actually, we got 2 on either one, so it's the same, right?
I'm gonna say that this is gonna have to be a lore check because you don't know where you're supposed to be looking.
Okay.
You're literally trying to figure out where
Like
to
secrets.
start doing stealth stuff. Because like, explain to me where you are sneaking into to get this information.
Fair.
Okay, so this is like learning the basic stuff first.
Exactly.
What do I roll again? A d20 plus 2?
Since you're making a lore check, yeah, all of your things are +2 because that's the way you guys planned it. And it's technically against the Jaguars DC because they do have their own organization.
Alright, so I guess I'll roll this. That's not a great roll. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, that's the total, huh?
That's a total, huh?
Your organization tries as best they can during this week, but they do not uncover any new information about the Jaguar. They have no clue where these units have come from, just the fact that they're roaming the countryside.
Well, sorry guys. You guys do something better with your turns.
And that probably... never mind. I was going to say something, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so that was Zumasu's... what's it called? Domain action. Each of you can also do one, and one of those can be mustering units.
I mean, if no one else is going to do the mustering, if like they don't want to do it, I can do it.
I mean,
Sure.
okay, I'll do it because I truly have nothing to do, unfortunately. Because seriously, what am I gonna do? Let me muster. Like, we need some better front line so the peasants don't run away.
Okay. So do you want to maybe get a basic infantry unit?
Yeah, we need some front lines.
Okay. You're gonna muster an infantry unit. I guess I'll just write this down. Where do you want to try and muster it from? Just from the people of Allure, or do you want to try and contact the dwarves?
Or the remnants of Keymot.
Or
What about the not the Underdark? What's the near the entrance? Because that's
The
where all the
Torch?
the adventurers are.
Yeah.
So if someone wants steady deployment instead of like one giant contracts,
Yeah.
if someone wants to retire from adventuring, that's a good thing, I think. So I want to place it there.
Okay.
The Dark
You're going
Gate.
to try and muster some people from the Torch. Now, technically, that's only going to be difficult in that you need to do a diplomacy check to do it, but it's going to be a fairly easy one.
Okay. So do I need to make a personal? diplomacy
Sorry,
check?
it's not you diplomacy. It's your organization's diplomacy, so it's +2.
20 plus 2.
Yeah. The DC
D20.
The DC is 10. Just because they're not allied with you, they're just kind of neutral to you. But
Okay.
you send some people there, and maybe you send Herschel, and he makes a case for defending this Galestone keep, in that there's a lot of adventure to be had on the highlands to the south, near the borders of the
peach
tundra.
wine.
And there's plenty of peach wine for them to drink. Adventurers start deciding that maybe they'll spend some time there for a spell if they've had enough of being in the dark. Instead, maybe it's like a vacation, but like a military vacation.
It's a good retirement plan for old guards too, who doesn't want to do adventuring.
Okay, so I will have that available for next time that you have a new infantry unit from the Torch.
Yay!
You technically
something.
need one more unit in order to have the the tree people again, because they're a tier 2 unit. So if you guys want to do that, you can hire another group. Boomcrash and Mao have your domain actions left.
I would like to learn current enemy units.
Okay.
Possibly using Flick Whisker to go and sneak around in the sewers to figure out, what devils were down there that we kind of saw but didn't quite see.
Okay, so I do need to ask, is this against the Cult of Cania or the Court of Dragonflies?
Cult of Cania.
Okay.
It's
So
nice to have a name now instead of just saying the cult.
Yeah.
Cult.
Yeah.
I think you
Which
guys
one? There's
technically
5.
knew it, but you guys would just call them the Cult.
I mean, we know that there's multiple cults, so that was the other thing, or at least 2. There was the ones with the black robes that were for the Abyss, and then there's these ones for the devils.
Yeah, we haven't run into as many demons, actually, have we?
No,
Yeah,
it was
well,
just that one.
By quantity, you've run into a lot more demons. There's just been more devil activity.
Mm.
But you also entered a portal to the Abyss, and then Doom happened.
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't have we run into another group of demons other than that portal?
Not really. The only other sign of demons was the fact that Orcus is probably involved somehow.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy. So yeah, the panther, the jaguar has the demons on his side.
Okay.
Shit.
That's your role?
You guys want me to use inspiration?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Don't want your baby to die. Oh no.
13.
I will probably say in the future that your organization has one inspiration as if it's its own character.
Oh, okay. Like for itself, any one of
Yeah.
us could share that one inspiration.
Okay.
Allie, you screwed it up. You used it up.
13 means she probably won't be dead. That's the important part.
Okay. I will say now that you have started intrigue. Okay. Yeah. So you have not succeeded in finding out anything about the cult. I will say that. Nope. Yeah, you're not going to get anything from that. I'm sorry.
I was saying, if I didn't get anything from it, how could I start intrigue?
Well, you started looking around, and they were able to find your organization. Because you aren't the one that's personally going down there.
True.
You asked your spy network to look into the issue, and now they're sort of on to you.
They know we're looking.
Yeah.
They should have known that already.
And it's not that this is going to happen immediately. It's just that it's starting.
The machinations begin.
I descend in the Sending Stone to Briaris. Fuck you. That's it. Nothing else. Just fuck you.
All right.
Boom
Oh my.
Oh no.
I don't like the way Chris is saying these things.
Keith's gonna come. We're gonna come back to the keep in a week with it burned down from the devil showing up.
Okay.
Oh no.
Like that.
They're going to make an operations test.
Oh no!
The fuck does that do?
Well, they do not have. They have a very good plus, but they did not roll very well. You've been able to uncover rumblings that they are starting to make their moves. The cult has been communicating with groups beyond Allure, and you've noted that the cult has started moving their troops between temples to temples. It seems like they're trying to muster a group of units. Anywho,
Okay.
that's it for their domain action, for their first domain action of the intrigue. Nothing else will happen for probably a few weeks. Maybe a week. Okay, Boom Crash. You
Okay.
have a remaining domain action.
Do we want to find out anything about the fire giants? Because maybe if I give Herschel some,
Homework?
I think that might be an awkward timing conflict, since the idea is this takes place over a week, where by the time we get there,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're
Maybe
telling
on
your
the boat?
organization what to do and then going off to Tanagrin. So
Okay.
doing stuff about Tanagrin probably isn't going to do much.
Fair. Okay.
I lean
Um,
towards either figuring out some way to improve our defenses in some way,
Build fortifications or maybe find some sort of
or muster more units.
fallback. Yeah.
If you muster one additional unit, then you'll be able to at least have the same kind of full battlefield that you had last time.
Yeah. So maybe mustering units would be a good thing.
Okay, where are you mustering them from? You're now allied with the Torch, so you can probably get more units from them. But you could also just go ask the dwarves, since they seem to be friendly to you. That wouldn't need a check, and neither would getting stuff from Allure.
What about the Arcane College? Because she's a student.
Yeah.
That is
because-
also a group. They're not allied with Galestone, but you could do a diplomacy check to get that from them.
Because basically, sort of what I was thinking with the Arcane College is if a Taurus and those guards are a prestigious sort of like job placement for like alumni, what about adding in Galestone as like another prospective employment spot for them? Might be a little bit smaller, a little bit more bumbly, but hey, so that's what I was thinking.
Okay,
Is adding some arcane units.
do you want to muster an artillery unit, perhaps?
What does that do?
So that would just mean that they're a ranged unit.
Yes, I like ranged.
Okay, so I'll get you...
Mages are squishy.
Well, first I'll need a diplomacy check.
Okay, so that's just a...
Just a +2.
It's a d20.
Okay. Easy peasy. You have gotten an artillery unit from the Arcane College.
Hey.
Herschel gets to chill with some friends.
Yeah, and maybe my old buddy, I forgot his name, but he was the Evoker student, is going to come back for round 2.
Phalar. Oh, do you mean Kelpator?
Phalar. No, not Kelpator. Kelpator can go fuck himself. I mean Phalar. Maybe Phalar if he's had a change of... No, Kelpator if he's had a change of heart and decided to lick my boots, but otherwise, no.
Okay. And since these diplomacy
Shiny
checks have
night
kind of like happened already, you're kind of considered to be allied with them now. Let's see. Well, friendly, I'll say. I think that's technically a...
Yeah, that's friendly, so...
Okay. So the other thing that you can do, not now, but every organization that I have listed there, they have a special unit that they can lend you during Intrigue, but we haven't really started Intrigue that much yet because they've just started theirs.
Sorry.
But when you guys start doing Intrigue, you can ask these people for their special unit, which is a tier 3 unit that doesn't need any units below it. So they just lend it to you and you have it and it doesn't count towards your, like, cap.
Neat.
And that's true of everybody. Okay. We've done domain actions. You've mustered 2 units. You've done some spying. You've done some spying.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was for Mao, but I guess both of you have done some spying.
Hers started a gang war. Mine started a waste of time.
Yeah. Whoops.
So about this Jaguar, guys, I poked the cult nest.
Hey guys, look at these bees. Why are you holding a hive?
I
Bees!
thought mine was bad because they literally just kept on getting attacked by bears.
So that's pretty much that. Now you guys can go off to Tanagrin's, but it's just a little few rolls that you can do for a downtime thing, even if you're not necessarily here.
Tanagrin.
All right, so we're gonna say it takes like what 2 days to get there, so I'd have enough time to do a few scry balls on things.
Yeah, technically you're flying there, so I think it would take 2 hexes a day. So it's if you're heading from down here actually.
Yeah.
It would take a few days.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 days. Oh, sorry. I was just counting spaces. Shit, I gotta do it again.
Divide that by 2 then. So that'd be
1,
3 and a
2,
half.
3.5 days.
Okay. So within that time frame, I would like to use the scrying ball to just first do like a perimeter check of the area. Like this almost might be a whole day of just like looking, using it to like check the area since we've been to a lot of it, and check the mines and check the fire giant's domain.
That's fair.
Okay, so...
Hopefully it you can actually look at it and it's not protected.
Yeah, trying to see if things are protected. If I run fuzzy things, this would be like a whole day affair of me just going, okay, hey Mal, can you write this down on your parchment? What that map looks like? What this map looks like?
Just the cartographer now just looking over your shoulder at this orb.
I'm getting a little bit of orb fatigue, but I'll keep going. Okay, so
Too
this
much
hallway
orb
goes this way. I see some fire giants here.
Okay. You start scrying on the fire giant's lair that you guys have been to before. After you killed Incandarag and then killed their king and then killed their dragon's child and then killed all of their friends that were up top side that were mind controlled.
Hey, we're their heroes.
We didn't kill too many on the top side because we just ran at that point.
I think you were just running, yeah. But
They're
that's
still
right.
alive. They're just mind controlled.
Look, man. All we did was commit some regicide. All right, it's not that big of a deal.
From your initial lookings around, let's do an investigation check. From you, Zimasu, since you're the one doing the scrying.
Yeah.
Do I get any advantage on this, or is this a straight one?
Nah.
Only you can look at this.
It's
All right.
It's just kind of awkward. Just
During the sharing the screen.
Yeah, you're like
Alright.
picking points to scry on, and it takes a long time, and you're doing it while you're flying a
This
magic
is
carpet.
legitimately like going to Google Maps and then just keep on clicking the street side
This
view.
is GeoGuessr.
Yeah. I'm just Google mapping every few blocks, trying to piece together it because I can't do a zoom out.
Okay. Well, with your investigation, you seem to have done it pretty well and made a fairly good sweep. It seems like there aren't quite as many fire giants down there as there used to be. And things look fairly standard. It looks like they aren't like actively attacking Tanagrin, but it does look like Tanagrin has a lot more of those disguised giants hanging out around the keep. Like, she had maybe 6 before topside, that some of them were killed by the blue dragon attack. But it has been... what's it called? She mustered more troops.
Mustered more troop. But the giants in the mines, in that regard, there's more mind-controlled ones too?
No, she probably took them from the mines and
Moved them
up
to
here.
a keep.
Yeah.
Guys, I just thought about something horrifying. Do we have any mind control protection?
I do.
Intellect
Crush has a spell.
Fortress.
Yeah, Intellect
Yeah.
Fortress.
Okay, good.
We
I
could
just
also
thought-
eat burritos.
It just gives you an advantage, but
I know what
that's
you
so
mean,
cool.
Zumasu, but
What was the burrito comment?
If he can spare a hero's feast before he goes storming in, that should be able to help, right?
Oh, okay.
yeah, does that prevent charmed or give you advantage on charmed? I know it
think it's
prevents fear.
advantage.
Let me look it up.
I think it just gives advantage, but I'm not sure.
Uh,
So to clarify, she got more enforcements in her keep of the fire giants. The mines still seem to have about the same amount of mind-controlled folks.
well,
The mines, they do still have about the same amount of mind control folks. You guys didn't change too much about that. From your investigation and your general insight into the situation, you think that after a while of waiting, they might have sent some more giants up there after you guys didn't show up for a while to try and attack, but they must have failed because they just lost more giants than they took back.
So the poor giants inside underneath the ground are lessened in number.
They're in the ones deep underground are slightly less in number. The ones in the mines have stayed the same. The ones outside of her keep have bolstered.
Okay.
so they're losing bad. Okay,
Yes.
and also the in terms of the hero's feast, it's immune to poison and being frightened, and wisdom saves are with advantage. So
Okay. Which is usually what
Um,
mind control is.
yeah, it's Intellect Fortress gives you advantage on Wisdom, Intellect, Intelligence, and Charisma saving throws.
Is that a communal thing or just one target?
If I use a Warlock slot, it gets all of us.
what's the duration of it?
Concentration.
In that case,
So-
hero's feast is still good because it lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah, no, it is.
Good
yeah,
old
so-
burrito.
So before I say we should, since our giants are losing, they'll have to be extremely stupid to not take our deal. I'm sure they won't take our deal, but we should visit the giants first. I think for
Okay.
sure at this
Um,
stage.
So this was like mostly the first day, partially maybe the second day. So I think maybe the second day we could have Boomcraft start opening channels between us and what's your face? What's the name of the giant? I should have.
Starts with the D.
Do I have this in my notes anymore? That was from such a long time ago. I don't know if I have it anymore. Where did this go?
I might be able to find the information. I just have a lot of pages I need to look through.
Hey, no, just say, hey, you.
Oh no.
Or greet her as Her Highness or Her Majesty, because she's technically the ruler now.
I think that might rub some salt because we crowned her.
What would be the
Uh-oh.
nicest way
Looks
to...
like I deleted that page. I
Oh,
didn't
no.
I didn't delete Tanagrin's spires, but I did delete the mines. So I don't know if I have her character still. I mean, I know what her name is. I'm a responsible DM. I keep intricate notes.
Her name's Dronga.
That's it.
Dronga
Welcome.
Blazebeard?
Something
That's,
like
I think,
that.
sounds
She
right.
ain't got no beard.
Was-
Grumble.
Yeah, I think it was a family name. Or else it was like Blaze Toe or something weird like that.
No, I
it
think
was
Dronga
Blazebeard.
was. Yeah, I think definitely Drongo was definitely my
Dronga's the name of the princess. Don't forget, apparently, the fire giant queen. So Dronga might be really happy if we save the fire giants, because then she doesn't have to worry about wearing a crown, because her mom will come back.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
so
a
let's
that's a good angle.
let's open a channel. What should we tell
So-
Drongo to crash?
Hold on. So, quick note. So, they left the caverns to search for food, confronted with the witch Tanagrin. Tanagrin charmed the fire giant queen, and she has stayed within her command since then. The king refused to attack the spires out of either fear of harming his queen or for losing ground to the witch. Just throwing that out there.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, guess what? Got another Juliana on you.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, Lady Dronga. It's. I'm just trying to word the message spell specifically. If we want to send a message to her.
Yeah, it's
Just-
25
Is that what we're
minutes,
doing?
right?
Okay. So, hello, Lady Dronga. It's us. It's the Monster Mash. That's
It's us, the Kingslayers.
It's Boom Crash.
They'll know who it is.
We're sorry to leave you in such a situation, but we have a solution. Interested in moving on Tanagrin soon. Is there any other details? Keep in mind there is a word limit.
We could just literally say she is a mutual enemy
15,
we
16,
wish to remove, just to get straightforward to what it is.
A common enemy. Okay. 1, 2, 2.
Did you? I don't know.
Shared
if any
enemy. Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's just because like word limit has been an issue in the past, so I'm trying to like
Yeah.
adhere to that.
Each
So-
ahs and ums being a word.
Yeah. It's just too much information and trying to pack it all in. So anyway, sending spell, Lady Dronga, we're sorry to leave you in such a situation, but we have a solution. Interested in moving on Tanagrin soon? She's a shared enemy.
Okay.
Should be roughly it.
She replies, and let's see.
Oh, that's 4 words already there.
I don't think she'll respond with words, just screaming in anger.
Where have you been? We already attacked them once. We lost many in the battle. That's all that they say for now.
Okay. We
Explains
think
why
we
there's
can.
more.
We've acquired more power.
We're planning on killing her directly, but could use some help drawing her or splitting her focus.
Or a distraction, even, just to get the
Yeah,
other.
her-
Yeah, I mean
Focus.
that is distraction.
No need to commit to a full assault. We'll handle it.
Should we mention
Um,
anything about her mother?
I think
I
she
think-
knows.
I think she knows, or like
We'll handle it. We'll handle it.
I mean, like maybe how we're gonna deal with her mother to be like,
And
we will try to free your mother.
return your mother to your people.
Usurp your crown.
When we succeed.
And return your mother to people when we succeed. Me counting is going to take too long, so is that okay?
Yeah,
We're
that's
planning
probably
on killing
fine.
her directly. We could use some help splitting her focus. No need to commit to a full assault. We'll handle it. We'll return your mother to your people when we succeed. As an apology. Okay. There we go. Send. I only have one more, so hopefully she doesn't keep yelling at us.
Tell us the day, and we will be there.
Today?
No, I need a nap and get my spells back, yo.
Yeah, this is
You
still like
guys
2
have been
days
flying
away.
for 3 days, so
You need a short rest. Yeah, that's
So-
fair. So,
So
we
how
can say
many
in 3 days.
how many more days do we need?
well,
I just
this
need,
is
like-
day 1.
Yeah, so tomorrow?
Well, okay. How many days left do we have to reach there? Because are we just gonna, as soon as we take a rest, pop in type thing? Because it's day 1. This is day 2 technically, right? Or which day is this?
I thought we were, like, imminently at the tower and we're frantically sending messages in
Oh,
order to communicate with her. I timing has
fig-
gotten squishy.
I figured you were doing this along the way.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
cool.
what I thought.
We are
Yeah,
doing that
better.
all in the way, but so how much time do we have? How much time have we spent?
I guess that's the thing. How many days have we already scried? Because that was something.
I'll say that you probably had to scry at least 1 day to get the full situation.
Okay.
So you could say there's 2 days left.
Okay. So in 2
Okay.
days.
So 2 days.
Because here's the thing, after the 2 days, that'd be the, can we just say we figured out the timing for when
Yes.
we're arriving?
Yeah,
Just
that's
a-
fine.
Okay, yeah. We give them the precise timing, so we don't
On
have to go to half days
Odin's
yet.
Day.
Okay. I'll send her the last message and say yes. At this day, we're attacking as soon as we arrive.
Should we maybe include some sort of signal or something?
Look
Who
to
wants
the
to-
sky.
Um,
I'm just saying.
or should we just say like an actual time of day when
Yeah, that
we
would be best.
anticipate arriving, and then not have to waste a spell slot on a big flashy signal?
So when the sun's high in the sky, how about we just say that so we know it's like noon?
Noon. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's say it's the desert. It's always the sky high.
we'll say noon when it's the highest in the sky.
Okay. Noon, when the sun is at its highest.
All right.
Okay.
Do not be late, is the only response.
Okay. You'll get the last word, honey. I'm sorry for killing your daddy.
Her voice went real gruff. Oh, the last time we saw her.
She's
Yeah, like maybe she did grow that beard.
She had
Good for her.
to she had to, what is it, like step up to fill the shoes. So she filled her beard.
Oh.
Good for her.
When you
Yeah.
take a close look, she just grew out her hair and tied it around her
Oh.
chin.
That's really
She had-
cute.
Hair, so now she has a flame beard.
All
She's
right.
got a braid that goes around her chin.
So you guys, you are aflight your magic carpets and dusk flicker, and boon crash is just able to fly, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, sounds good.
Whee!
Let's see if I can get everything set up as I have been doing. Okay, that's a magic carpet.
Existing map.
We should probably prep our spell list, by the way, guys. We're getting into real time now.
Yeah.
What spells?
Okay.
What is this?
Okay. So question is this: Heroes Feast, yes or no?
I vote yes, because the mind control thing was a thing that's probably useful to have a chance against.
Okay. I'm going to ditch commune, so no guidance from God. I'm going to do mass cure wounds instead. I'm going to keep
Mhm.
great restoration.
Maybe
I'm
have a
gonna-
death ward prep for yourself.
I mean, that's gonna be the start of the day. That's of course. And let's see. Remove curse. Should we keep or not?
We're
Yeah,
going
I
up
have
against
remove
a
curse.
spellcaster.
I have remove curse. I could use that in a pinch.
Okay.
Okay, so you keep the remove curse. I'm gonna do for my 3rd level spells. I'm gonna do dispel magic, mass healing word, and spirit guardians. What I don't have is vampiric touch, so I'm gonna be more vulnerable. I won't have bestow curse. And yeah, let's see. I'm gonna lose speak with for hold person. I'm sure it'll be something useful. Silence, obviously good. Locate object, yes or no? It's always been kind of
We do know that she has a magical item from Boom Crash. I forget which one it was.
The unicorn horn,
So
or the corrupted unicorn horn.
Yeah. So technically, if we want to figure out where she hides all of her stuff, which I'm sure it's just past
okay.
the portal
In
thing.
that case, I guess I will keep the locate object then.
Because the other benefit too for Tanagrin, getting rid of maybe a potential cult member, but also she has a lot of fucking good shit.
We can give it
That
to our
is true.
keep. Yeah.
Or we can keep it.
Oh no,
I do need to refill
we
my
run out of
coffers a
slots
little
so
bit.
much.
If there's an artifact item, that's when then we'll keep.
Yeah.
We need that for the killing of the gods.
Okay, so I want to ditch command. Is one of my level 1 spells. Which is better, Shield of Faith, Inflict Wound, or Detect Magic?
Detect magic can be a ritual, can it? But you have to prepare it to have it be cast as a ritual.
10 minutes casting.
What is Shield of Faith?
2 AC.
That's 2 AC on a person for bonus action.
That's
You never know.
yeah, that might not be that bad, but
And so we never end up casting it. So
Command's only rough because half the time the things we run into have too high roll saves anyway at this stage.
yeah, that is
But-
true.
I don't know. I mean, those giants don't seem to be that bright. Could use command on them.
Fair enough.
But they're
We're more concerned with Tanagrin over the giants.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if we get ourselves caught in a pickle and someone's gonna fight us, then we can just command them to go away. But
I am getting compelled duel, so maybe I can have her attack me.
Ah, yes.
yes.
Let's take this outside. All right, I think my spell list is.
Got my Revivify up. Yeah.
Don't forget about your boons as well, because I was thinking of using mine. The plus 20 to my attack roll seems really nice right about now.
especially if we're gonna get an assassination off, that would be pretty baller.
That would be wonderful.
Okay, here's the other question: should I wear my high AC armor or my elemental resistance armor?
What element is it resistant to?
It's like resistant to all of them.
Oh,
It's like fire, thunder, acid, and cold.
Yes. I think that one's gonna be. If
Yeah,
you had
because-
lightning, that would have been even better. But
It is like 2 AC less than.
What's your AC then?
It's my it's the AC I've usually been playing with. It's 22 versus 24 AC.
22 with shield or without shield?
That's with shield.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's still really
basically,
good.
I got the mithril armor made up and buffed before we got the cool armor from the other guy. So the one armor has a lot of elemental resistance, the one that Smolder made me, and then the other one from the alternate Zumasu has a higher AC.
We are definitely facing, wizard with spells. I have a feeling fireball will be amongst them.
Yeah, I have
and
shitty
lightning.
reflex. I'll
so-
take the one that reduces that. Plus, I won't have disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The resistance is much better.
Okay, in this case, I'll stay with the resistance.
Okay, so let me once everyone prepares, let me know what's the day, what day that we're actually the morning of that we're gonna engage, because I need to cast some spells if you're gonna do
the
that.
feast
Have
on
some
that morning.
breakfast burritos and some frittatas and pancakes.
Okay. We could just have normal gruel, and you could just make it here on the horse or on the carpet, and we just keep flying.
It's like I gotta make krakarash. It's like no board, stick. Eat it on stick.
Eat it on a stick. Yeah.
Zumasu enjoys it, but's a little disappointed. He pours a bit of cinnamon and nutmeg on his thing.
So yeah, I mean, I guess morning of, eat food, and we're ready for our noon meetup.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's a
All right.
weird meetup.
Okay, so
Alright.
before we go, I'm going to cast Hero's Feast, so that's one slot.
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Death Ward myself. That's another slot. Okay, so I have 2 slots left on the level 4. That can be 2 of them could be Death Wards for you guys. But if that's the case, I lose access to Banishment, and Guardian of Faith, which is the statue that zap people, and Locate Creature. So
I have my ring, so don't worry about me.
okay.
I guess
Good.
here's...
Does
Sorry, you
anyone
go.
need Death Ward?
Nah.
I would love it if someone else got Death Ward. I have Banishment as well.
Okay, so
Zumosu, your boon is invulnerability, right?
Yeah, for 1 source of damage.
Okay.
say,
I was gonna say, do we want to do invisibilities on some peoples? Upcast it.
Yeah.
Put you
Okay.
all in the pocket.
I think definitely Mao should get some invisibility.
I
Definitely.
mean, she's already good at being invisible. Like, does she need?
Well,
I
it's hard to
really want-
stealth from a carpet.
All right, so
Yeah.
I can choose 3 targets, but that does burn my 4th level slot, which I only get 1 of. Or I could choose 2 targets.
What's your 4th level slot?
My 4th level slot is usually nothing except for summoning my mount. So if anything, actually using that might not be.
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. Just use that to because this is if something goes bad, this is a one-way trip. So
Yeah,
who
but I
needs a
still get a
mount?
revivify on the 3rd level. So
What are you talking about? You don't use the 4th level slot. They're smite slots.
Yeah.
Are
Exactly.
you talking about casting greater invisibility?
This is just regular invisibility, so maybe
Oh.
Because
This
it
is just
lasts
to
an
have this-
hour versus a
Yeah.
minute.
this is for the
Mhm.
approach,
Yeah,
essentially.
Also,
Okay.
like Mao just needs 1 shot anyway. So
I do.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that only be 3 of us is the max I can target. So what 3? Because you don't have regular visibility, Boom Crash.
I don't have regular invisibility. I don't think. I'm
Okay.
looking at it, and I don't think I got it. So
Okay,
nope.
Does anyone? Okay, in that case, does anyone want to be visible so they can be like the emissary and fake them out?
I can do it. I have pretty high charisma and deception, so
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll invisible the rest of us, and my mounts and my familiar are invisible because I'm sitting on my mount. So
yeah.
I'm-
Also, my carpet is invisible because it's an object that I'm holding.
So Zumatsu flies up to next to you guys, stretches out 2 arms, and taps you, and everybody turns invisible as you're just gripping the edges of your carpets.
Great.
All right. Like I'm sure just those bridge in China where it's like it's made of glass.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that kind of feeling.
Exactly what I was thinking of. I was like,
Yeah,
great,
don't-
you can see through.
Don't puke and stop crying.
Spirit
Don't-
journey.
Don't look down. Remember where your shit is. Elena, go fly and land on Boom Crash invisible. Like,
All right.
okay.
Who's got the sending stones? Just as a last confirmation of communication as well.
I usually have it. Does anybody else want to hold on to it?
Yeah, because I have the other one.
No, give it to
Boom crash.
yeah, because
No.
she's the one that's visible and she
Yeah.
might be isolated, etc., etc.
I'll give the other one to Mouse.
Okay.
Yeah, because she can run the fastest.
Okay, so who has what sending stones?
Boom Crash and Mao.
Boom Crash and Mao.
Mooncrash and Mao. Okay, I'll connect them via like a blue dot, I guess. That'll just denote who has communication, who has comms.
Elena's on top of Boom Crash though for my communication with her.
Mhm.
That's true, I guess, as long as you're,
Certain distance.
well, as long as you're scrying on it. It's not like you have constant. Oh wait,
Yeah.
do you?
So if something,
It's based off a distance.
It's mostly based off a distance, and I think if the thing poofs is the other signal that I also care about.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it can communicate
Like-
with you telepathically. It needs to be within 100 feet of you, which actually does kind of matter on this map because it's so wide open. So I'll just measure stuff while I'm on this other map. Yeah, it is a sizable distance, but it's not impossible to be out of range. So we'll just have to measure that when it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
I would be able to tell if she poofs though, which is the other. Oh, the boom crash. I hope is okay thing.
Yeah. Okay. Is that all of the preparations out of the
Yes.
way? You have Hero's Feast. You have Invisibility on 3 of you plus Dust Flicker. Did somebody say Death Ward?
I'm on. And
That's it. Oh, on Zumasu, you want it?
Oh, I thought
Oh,
I was
one
gonna
setting,
handle
one
banishment.
setting.
Yeah, I didn't want it, so I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
You can keep banishment because we might get split or shit might be
Yeah.
summoned. It's fine.
Okay,
I have
so
the parry.
Death Ward is on me only.
Okay.
Yeah. And I attuned in the morning to my parry app, so Scry's off right now. I have the parry app on instead.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I have my ring, so it sucks, but resurrection.
Okay.
At least in the ring.
Boom Crash better not fucking die. It'll be fine.
You can just fly away.
Hey Tanagrin, you bitch ass, where's my money?
Where's my goddamn money? All
You
right.
freaking nerd. Where's my money?
Ooh,
Let's beat
I
someone
forgot
up.
that I had those. That's nice.
Had
I
what?
have banishment and hold monster scrolls, so
Hmm.
I bought those. Those are gonna be neat.
Oh, I guess one last thing before going in case I miss with my arrow. I'm going to coat one of my daggers with my wyvern poison.
All right.
Oh god. You're gonna super assassinate her.
I'm gonna try.
I'm so excited.
I will.
I really want this to work.
I wanted her to roll quad ones.
Don't you dare.
Also, another thing that I just remembered, since we're talking about assassinating somebody and getting ready to assassinate somebody, I think you left someone high and dry about an assassination gig.
Guy
Oh,
from the
you-
party?
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
I know, but I'm just mentioning it. Okay, I'll meet you tomorrow at the Empty Sheath. Oh, all right.
Now he's gonna be even more paranoid. This is wonderful.
All right.
He's
So,
gonna be like, shit, I'm the target.
what time are you guys approaching?
An hour before noon.
Hour before noon. Okay.
Okay.
Then we go into.
Enough time to walk up and kind of watch from afar, I guess.
We cast our buffs as we see the things in the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Land ho!
Let's go there. Okay, you guys are flying, invisible, etc., except for Boom Crash, as she approaches the front gate. And you notice, as you pass, that there are quite a few more giants, particularly like reinforcing the back end of this plateau that the 3 spires are placed on. The bountiful, beautiful gardens are still overflowing with greenery and intense smells and this like golden glow that just permeates everywhere. The trickling, irrigated, spiraling waters are just, tantalizing your eardrums. But you pass by some familiar faces, and by familiar I mean familiar armor. You pass by some leaf crown archers that are just kind of nodding at you as they watch the skylines, but they don't stop you from passing.
Interesting. So
That's weird.
Leaf Crown with New Dawn.
Well,
Oh.
remember, Arn is a clone.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's visually and politically interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pass by some Nudonian garbed soldiers that seem like almost ragged from battle. A few of them, as you approach, they stop you and say, "Halt!
Hello.
Who are you, and
Uh,
why have you come here?"
my name is Boom Crash. I was hoping to meet and catch up with Tanagran.
If you know Tanagrin, then she will be happy to see you. Please,
That's-
let us
I
escort
hope
you.
so. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Gonna fly along following.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, you guys are flying low and slow to the ground as they start walking up.
This damn Tanagram be altering people's memories from battlefields. What a bitch.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Mao following along and I'm like
Yes.
cackling to myself.
Yes, you can make a almost superficial stealth check, Mao.
Where's my fucking button?
I didn't see where you guys went.
They went to the north. I'll zoom out temporarily, at least for an overview of everything.
Yeah, Chris.
God.
I can't move the carpet, so
That's
assume that I'm
fine.
fine.
I think
Park their carpets.
I think you can drag in carpets if you have control over them, but I'm not 100% on if you can see that.
Whatever. Like,
Just assume we have them.
Yeah,
assume that I have them. Because why wouldn't I?
yeah. Maybe put a flying icon on your tokens just to remind you or something. Okay, but I will need stealth checks from everybody. Of course, you all have them with advantage, and Mao got a natural 37, so I think she's
That's what I'm
fine.
talking about. You can't see it.
I did okay for somebody without good stealth.
You
Yeah.
did.
Fantastic. As you approach, the guards bid you wait outside as they go in to announce your presence. And you're out here for a bit, like, while the guards are just kind of tapping their feet. You see two of these, like, grassy, like, bush-bearded giants looking down at you. From what you recall, these were fire giants in illusionary guise, and this whole place is not as it seems, but
Yeah.
at least it smells nice for now.
It's very pretty and attractive. Like, even though it's all fake, she has great taste. So Boom Crash is gonna look up at these giants and like wave jauntily at them and just generally be very cordial and happy to be there.
Oh god, you're a tourist.
Yeah, I'm trying to be annoying but harmless.
Like a tourist.
Tanagrin,
Mhm.
I just want to check on my unicorn horn if you learned anything about it.
Yeah. Like,
Totally not gonna remember the whole crown thing. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's,
we won't forget that. Alright, eventually, the Nudonian soldiers return. She has asked you to come inside.
Boom Crash curtsies neatly and it's like, should I follow you inside? Or should I just proceed onwards?
We will join you inside.
Okay,
Damn
lead
it.
the way then.
And let's remove the dynamic lighting.
Is there enough space to actually go inside with a horse?
I'm gonna tell you that you're probably gonna negate your advantage on that one.
Hmm.
What about me? The carpet.
That's fine. That just moves silently over the ground. Boom Crash, you head inside, and you enter the courtyard. Well, the entryway with the opposite door and the stairs and ramps leading all the way up to the second floor. And Tanagrin is descending the staircase past these softly glowing continual flames of light just kind of
Okay.
floating
Kind of
throughout the
important
air.
thing. Are there windows on these towers or is it completely sealed off?
The only windows are at the third level, and from what you can tell, they are actually guarded by more Leaf Crown archers.
Great.
I'm gonna try and sneak in through the top window, because what else can I do? Is there enough room to fit through a horse? Is it a big window or a small window?
Or you could just leave the
It
horse
is a
behind.
doorway, and as you
Okay.
can see, there is not that much space.
The horse will be made visible if he dismounts. I think that's the reason
That's
why.
the thing. If I leave the horse, I'm pretty much the
Okay.
horse will cause a thing. But I would be invisible, so maybe I do this. Yeah. I told Dust Flicker, all right. I might need your help, but I'm gonna need you to cause a distraction. I'm sorry about this. I need to keep an eye on Boom Crash.
So this is
Okay.
happening while Boom Crash is going in.
I'm going to look through Elena's eyes. So I'll be hovering up there. So I could. Okay, so this is how they set up. I'm floating above there, so I can hop in. After I see like what happens with Elena, because Elena's with her. So if I see something start, I'll jump in. I'll send Dust Flicker to fly away while I roll inside, type thing.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to need you to make a new stealth check near these archers up here.
That's fair.
Since you're hovering near them to duck in as soon as you can.
Well, it's a 14.
Yeah, because of the advantage, and that does beat their passive perception.
All
They're
right,
scanning
so
the skies, watching through you, but to no avail.
All right. Yep. So I do my Zen pose and start looking through Elena.
Alrighty. So, now back to Boom Crash. As you sneak on in here, you find her retinue of her servants in their like white and gold garb. The Yantees are there as well. You see Ashanti, the one that Zumasu knows fairly well, is among them. The Nidonian soldiers take up post near their statues that glorify like Tanagrin and her beauty. She descends the stairs, and she's like holding onto the railing and just casually looks down at you. Boom Crash. Didn't think I'd see you here. Where are your friends?
Well, after the sort of shenaniganery, we had to split ways a little bit, but I figured I'd come back and visit, ask about that unicorn horn, and see if there was any more work that you needed to get done.
My dear, I don't think you expect me to, follow up on that information when you absconded with the crown of the fire giants.
Wasn't expecting a red dragon there, honestly. So, yeah. Sorry about that. But
You know that I sent people after you. They didn't make it back.
You did?
I did.
I don't remember.
She sent a bunch of her
was a small,
Jackalwares after you, but you killed them all.
Killed them all.
Oh.
Can I do a perception check while this is happening? I would like to see if she's an illusion.
It's gonna be hard to perceive that.
Okay.
Unless you, interact with her in some way. But I'll let you make an attempted perception check. It's gonna be extremely difficult.
I can
Or
maneuver
you could
just
ask
be...
Boom Crash to try and establish something for you.
Okay, I brainwave the, hey, we need to figure out if she's actually real or not, or she's pulling some Ator shit.
Got it.
Ta-da!
I don't know. I was trying to mend fences and see if we can keep an ongoing positive relationship and see if there was anything I could do to make it up to you. I don't know, bad blood, unnecessary enemies. I don't want to have any more of those than absolutely necessary.
Make a deception check.
Okie dokie.
Absolutely a deception check.
Oh my god. Lying through my teeth.
I know you're going to have to jump through hoops from this one, but you're going to need to do a deception check, not an acrobatics.
Okay.
That was good.
Oh, for the domain thing, do I get any bonuses from the organization, or is that only to do with organization stuff?
That's only to do with organization stuff. Diplomacy is different from persuasion. Did I say diplomacy?
Okay.
No, I said deception.
You definitely said deception. I was just trying to remember all of the aspects of everything, so...
Talkie good.
I mean, Zumasu has his thing from his stronghold, but he doesn't have too many uses of it.
No, I have an insane bonus, and I have been proficient in lying through my fucking beak the entire time.
It's weird. It's almost like you can mimic noises and stuff. You can mimic some bullshit.
She arcs an eyebrow. Well, it was bold of you to come back by yourself. Certainly since I've grown since you've last been here. Perhaps I am willing to let bygones be bygones. Perhaps I give you your information that you seek on that horn. I'll admit, I didn't expect you to come back, so I wasn't so prompt about researching it. But I did
Nice.
find some information.
Wonderful. Boom Crash sort of steps up faster and is like, I do appreciate it. And she sort of does something that's slightly rude, but sort of like, the sort of like arm brush, like, oh, we're just girlfriends. It's all
Yes.
good. And tries to touch her.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make a sleight of hand check, because she's recoiling from this.
Oh.
She doesn't
okay.
seem to be interested in a potential enemy touching her. You manage to reach out and brush her hand. As you do, you note that her robe doesn't exactly have any tangibility, but her arm does. She does seem to be physically there, but she's under an illusionary spell.
Okay.
Oh
so
gosh, she's naked. She has no clothing.
She's a
If
hag.
you were a
She's-
wizard, how would you do it?
It's a hag. It's a hag, guys. It's always been a hag.
Yeah.
Okay.
just, you know,
So there's definitely someone there, and it's probably Tanagrin. So it's because and Boom Crash sort of like raises her talons up and backs off. It's like, oh, sorry, I'm genuinely just trying to be friendly. I didn't want to offend you. And she takes like a step back.
I should think so. Please, accompany me upstairs.
Yeah.
Please watch the entrance. She looks at the guards and asks her retinue to follow her as well. The guards go out to watch the door.
Yeah. Boom Crash sort of behind her back, where she assumes Mao is, like, gives sort of like a subtle thumbs up.
The people in her retinue seem to be trying to follow her more closely than you guys, and they're like kind of following up behind you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we got like a marching order thing going on.
Should I take aim now?
It's an invisible conga line.
Okay.
That's up to you.
You're kind of in the middle, but you can get out, right?
I can fly, bitch. It's fine.
Oh, fuck.
You know, Boom Crash, you've become a lot more
Listen.
smug ever since you learned flight.
It's legitimately a Kenku thing. It makes it better than all other
You don't
Kenku.
understand.
I will ask, is Amon...
moment.
Amon's still outside, right?
No, I
No,
followed in.
You didn't move your token in.
Well, because of, like, oh,
I know.
Okay. Yeah, because Amon asked if his thing could fit. You said yes, so he
Oh,
dropped
well
the
then
line.
I would probably need a stealth check from you as well.
okay, yeah, sure, I can do that.
I am going to say my
Totally.
reaction is probably going to be if I see Mao shoot stuff. Good
Okay.
thing of that advantage.
Yep. The advantage does help. So you managed to sneak by these guys, and while Boom Crash was talking to Tanagrin, you kind of snuck up the stairs, like bumping into Mao a bit as you are invisible, but you guys are unseen. So, Tanagrin's going up the stairs. What do you guys
I
do?
would like to use my Peerless Aim boon, and I would like to take aim and attempt to assassinate this bitch.
And I prepare my reaction for when she whips it to jump off a dust flicker and roll in.
Okay, what does the Peerless Aim do?
Plus 20 to the shot.
Plus 20 to the shot, so that's a 43. Let me check Tanagrin's AC.
Once per short rest, you can give yourself plus 20 to a range attack. Bitch, you murdered me.
Yes, that was a hit, and I will say that she is surprised.
Yes. So yeah, and any additionally hit you score against critical or creature that is a surprise is a critical hit. Okay. Fuck.
So it does.
Max
It does her
damage.
max
Does max
sneak attack
damage.
Does max damage. I'll let you calculate that out. The only thing
Before it
that
was
won't
140.
the only thing that won't be done is the wyvern poison, because that needs to be a con
That was on the
save.
dagger. It's not on.
Oh, I thought you put it on the. That makes sense.
yeah, she
Fire
did it.
arrows.
Cinder, yeah.
Yeah, she did it in case.
I burn off my poison. Shit.
Okay.
6, whatever reason, it's not letting me hit the Cinder Smite for the button, but
It might be if the numbers moved.
probably. Well, we're at 96, so that's
God damn it.
54 damage, right? From just a sneak attack. Cinder Smite has 1d6 plus 5 piercing, so that's 11, so that's 66 plus 11 fire damage, 77 damage?
77 is the total? I thought you said 96 before.
No, she said 9d6.
Oh, 9d6. I see.
9d6.
Ah, that's misleading.
The opposite of that meme.
Okay, so 77 is the total amount of damage. Yeah, as you draw back Cinder Smite, and you say to yourself, Cinder Smite, ignite, and like some of the servants like kind of heard it and go look over to you as the fire arrow is the first to appear, and your form materializes, melting away into existence thanks to the invisibility. And the arrow goes straight for Tanagrin, and she takes a 77 damage hit. Let's roll for initiative.
Can I at least get the reaction to jump through my window?
Yeah, you can. Although the window is on the 3rd story, so you're gonna have to fight your way down.
I might do a jump off in the middle and use my boon. I have a plan. A stupid plan, but a plan nonetheless.
What if you aimed for Tanagrin and did bludgeoning damage?
I'm literally thinking of doing that, but I just want to see what the inside of this building is like.
Okay, I need to get a bunch of tokens.
It's red alert. Red alert.
I roll down the stairs and just am like, I'm invulnerable.
Okay, so technically that was Mao's action anyway. Everybody else is surprised. I would almost estimate even your allies are surprised. Because they couldn't see through the invisibility. So
I just
we'll
see
just
Tanagrin at night and go, my turn! Jump.
So yeah, I'll say that Mao has just gone and that everybody is still surprised. So let's keep going through. Amon, you have the next initiative. You are still invisible.
Yes.
Okay, if I do an action, if it doesn't work, like if I do an action at all, it's gonna reveal me, right? That's how the invisibility works.
Yeah.
It's if you attack or get attacked.
Or cast a spell.
Or cast a spell, yeah.
It's
Ah.
almost anything.
Oh, in that
If you do
case,
something
You can
that's
still
just
run.
yourself, it sometimes works.
no,
but there's not much-
no. Divine intervention, please.
Oh, what the
You're
fuck?
calling your dad this early into the fight?
Why?
He's almost dead, so...
What is the divine intervention? I am curious.
Cleanse the area of this filth, and it's not gonna work probably, but I still remain invisible if it doesn't work. So that's the thing. Not a spell. No, it doesn't work. All right. I'm gonna, like, you guys didn't hear me. I'm gonna flutter on over here. Ignore me. All right.
You pray
Go
to your
ahead.
god, who apparently seems that cleansing the area of filth seems like a paltry task. You should probably get a maid. Perhaps
Okay,
that's why they
Vanessa.
didn't listen. All right.
I know what to do for next improvement for a keep. Let's hire a maid.
All right, Boom Crash. This has suddenly happened. All of the guards are, her retinue are like freaking out as Tanagrin is struggling to recover. She goes to like grab at the arrow that was just sunk into her, but it has already vanished, leaving a smoldering scar that has just practically cauterized a wound right near her heart.
Okay. That's metal as fuck.
You can also see that around her, the arrow has sort of like created this almost rippling effect where the illusion is starting to like fade, but the effect doesn't seem to require concentration, so she didn't need to roll to maintain it.
Okay. I like that that's a 10-foot radius sphere, and I could also get a bunch of other people. So 1d8 for each spell level above second. So 1, 2, 3. That's 68 damage. Does that sound pretty good? For an AoE?
Yeah, what effect is it?
Shatter.
Alright. You cast Shatter. It's presumably like right here.
Yeah, I'd like
That'll
to.
get this guy too, I think.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
I think if you do it like here, you can get all 4 of them.
I would love that. That would be great.
Okay, you cast Shatter at the nearby wall, holding up your hands, and just with a wrench, the stone starts ripping out of the wall, and the staircase as well starts to crumble. They're gonna all need to make a Constitution save.
I think so. Yeah.
Let's do Tanagrin. That looks like a fail.
Oh yeah. Yep. Fail.
Natural 1. All right,
Oh, no.
they all failed, so they're all going to take 23 damage. That reduces both of the Jackalwares to 0. You do know that they're Jackalwares from your previous interaction with them. Tanagrin also falls to the ground as the staircase crumbles. The Jackalwares tumble onto the ground, and she is reduced to 0 hit points. As she falls to the ground, you note that one of her servants is like laying on a space that's like invisible next to her, but then her form starts to fade as she was entirely a falsehood. Let's.
You mean
Oh.
she wasn't a World of Warcraft character? What a sham!
All right, and as she lies in a crumbled heap, the illusion ripples away in a sort of blue glint of light, revealing that her form looked almost the same. It was still like red hair, but no pointed ears, and not as much robes and finery. But behind her and beneath her is a large, muscular form of a lion. She was a Lamia.
Oh shit!
She didn't let anybody be directly behind her for fear of bumping into them.
Booty ball.
See, a horse could have been here.
She's a half lion person, but it doesn't matter much anymore because she is at 0 hit points. However, this might not be the end of conflict.
Got a bunch of mooks and giants possibly intervening.
Boom Crash, it is your turn.
Oh, I can move away. So.
Yep.
I'm gonna move straight the fuck up.
I fly.
Yep,
up.
you start floating up. Since the other folks are surprised, they don't get an attack of opportunity against you. Elena, you shouldn't have a turn. That should be Zimasu's turn. And Zimasu.
Yeah. Where did everything go? I don't see anything.
You're on the outside.
You're on the outside. You're up
Yeah,
here.
but I don't even see the.
You don't even see the edge? What do you mean the edge?
Let me refresh the page.
The edge of what?
I don't see even the outside of the map. Like I don't even see the building. I just see my token. So I'm just
Try moving your
refreshing
token
real quick.
first.
I'm refreshing the page. It'll just take a second.
Either way, you're on Dusk Flicker, hovering near the Leaf Crown archers.
Yeah. So I said this is what I was doing. I'm jumping past them, and that'll reveal Dust Flicker is gonna fly off. So. What
Okay,
do I
Dust
do to
Flicker
compel
flies
them?
off. The archers are surprised, but they are going to start shooting after Dust Flicker when their turn comes up. Next turn.
He can fly 90 feet if that makes it different with their range.
That's
So if he
true.
gets
Where
far
are they
enough for
flying?
disadvantage-
Like,
Just straight upwards.
straight
Just
upwards.
Distance for 90 feet because he knows about range. So can I see the inside of the building now if I go through the window?
You can, but I would need to take you to another map to do that, because, again, you're 3 stories up.
So what am I seeing? Are we gonna theater to mind this, or what should I do?
I can technically bring you there. I just need to...
Theater to mind.
Because if
Actually-
it's gonna
No, technically, I forgot Roll20 has this feature. I can put you on the separate page.
Okay, all right. Because this is now Zumasu quest to catch up with everybody, being like, oh boy, here comes the fight, not knowing that she's already down.
Oh boy, she let loose an arrow. It's time for me to take my turn.
I have to move my pitiful 60 feet and act and be like, I got this, guys.
It's not.
In the meantime, I'll let you
yeah.
make a stealth check if you're still trying to be sneaky.
I technically, yeah, okay, so this wouldn't break my stealth, it would just break the stealth of the pony. Yeah, I'll try that. There's no reason. I broke my concentration yet. I might have been noticed.
Yeah, you were noticed by them as you tried to shove past them. And let's see, I can do this. Oh no. Does your token not have light attached to it?
I don't see my token in here. Should I drag one in?
No. What is happening? Hold on. It's because dynamic lighting wasn't turned on.
Let's see. Oh, there I am.
Okay. Another thing I just need to do is add some lights. Oh, I should put that on the dynamic lighting layer. I believe that's how that works. Pew, 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 pew,
That's first movement. So, what is all this stuff? Is there like a drop off? I can just literally jump.
So what you're seeing is this is where you were dropped off because that's the central tower. To the left.
Yeah.
So you walked to the right.
Oh, I misunderstood. I did not want to go that way.
Yeah, you're going towards the central tower.
Okay, is
the
this
archers.
like a drop off?
That is not a drop off. That is another building, another room, and the archers alert a bunch of people from there, and then they get added to the initiative.
You gotta be a pincushion by the end of this.
I'm gonna just have to fight my way down. I see this, move 3 steps, and I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna attack these guys. Well, good. All right. Let me just pull up my. I'm gonna use Green Flame Blade because this does AOE damage if it hits. And
Okay.
hopefully it does.
Yeah, you shove past them, and immediately behind them, they turn to you as they realize you've appeared. Whoa! Stop! You aren't supposed to be here.
Oh, that didn't. Okay, I'm trying to think of how I should do this because basically I make a weapon attack and then I add.
So make an attack.
Okay.
The spell thing is just going to do damage, I think. Okay. I'm less
That's not a
familiar
good
with these
roll.
guys. That
I wouldn't have advantage on this, right?
you did reveal yourself, unfortunately. So you don't have advantage this time around.
I missed.
Do you have a second attack?
Green Blade Blade is a whole action because the whole thing
Right.
is you give up the attack to try and AOE hit people.
Wow.
Well, that was a
that's-
sad time.
That's almost worse.
Yep.
It really depends on the.
Okay.
It kind of depends.
Are you doing anything else as far as movement? Because you've really only, I'll say, moved 15 feet.
Yeah, I'll just jump off down the stairway.
Okay. They are surprised, so I'm going to say they have no attacks of opportunity yet.
Okay. So I jump over the banister this way, and I guess could I just get to the second floor then?
Yes.
Alright, and that's where I'll end my turn.
Okay. It's at...
Haha! Whiff. Rolled a 2. Oh shit. See ya.
So, at this point, let's just go to the end of the round. It looks like it's one of those archers' turns, but Goose doesn't get a turn. Dust Flicker, I suppose, will go on Zumasu's turn. She's done. Okay.
Bless you.
So, at this point, you can see that Tanagrin's retainers are rushing to the Lamia's aid. It looks like some of them are trying to, heal up her wounds. Please, Lady Tanagrin, we'll save you. We will protect you. You can see some of them pulling out potions and stuff, trying to heal her up as quickly as they can. Meanwhile, Zumasu has exposed himself and is running down into the next stairwell. And they don't seem to have dropped their, devotion to Tanagrin in spite of you knowing that this is some form of mind control. Boom Crash, I'm going to have you make an insight check.
I don't like that.
Come on, Bert. Cancel. Damn it. Where are you? Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's wisdom.
Yep, sorry.
You're good.
Okay.
Because this is the end of the session, should I just use...
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, why not?
Okay.
I think you guys use your organization's inspiration, not your
Yeah.
not your actual one. All right. At first, you're not really sure what's going on. You're like, we defeated the witch. They should be freed. Are they this loyal? And then you recall that there was a large crystal at the top of the tower, like on one of the upper floors. That's probably behind this. Now, with your advanced knowledge of arcane sort of magic, you recognize it for what it is. It's a magical channel that is possibly augmenting her power far beyond what it should be. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
Cool.
Hey, I'm still invisible. Yay!
Come on,
Oh,
cut off her head
we-
and take it with you.
I didn't take any damage, so yeah, I could maintain concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're fine for now. But thank you, everybody that came out and watched our little experiment with MCDM's thing. It seems easy enough that we could do it again, so I don't think that's that much of an issue. Perhaps next time you guys will be on the battlefield with your companions. But thank you, everybody, for watching. You can watch this stream every Sunday from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can watch our sister stream, The Rime of the Frost Maiden, on Wednesdays from 7 to 10. You can find my books on Drive-Thru-RPG and the DM's Guild, and you can support me at Patreon/NobleCrumpet. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time as we tie up some loose ends here in the Dorkvision universe. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Well,